was a nigga, all right, that shot a Edomite in her own fucking house.
Oh man,
you know, there wouldn't be no hugs, there wouldn't be no tears, no crying or nothing like that, man. You know, our people are finished, yo.
Yeah,
like you said, man, just chip them, man. Just chip them.
What they waiting on?
What the hell are you waiting for? Is this live? Are we live? What the hell are you waiting for? You know? Esau, what are you waiting for? Just chip them already, because our people are done.
That's that Christianity spirit, man. That Christianity spirit is full, man.
Yeah. Christianity is a joke, man.
You said it all?
Yeah. Hey, so before we get started, we want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahawah, BaHaSham, Yahawashi, BaHaSham, Qadash. All right, we want to give double honors up to the apostles and the elders of GreatMillStone, all right, who rule well. Peace and salutations to the elect of the nation of Israel, which consists of you Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians. All right. So, like I said, we're the Hebrew Israelites, and like we were getting into, man, our people are finished. All right. The Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, you're the true Israelites according to the Bible. All right. And we come out here because what? Through the Lord, through us, through men, we're extending our hand. The Lord is extending His hand and offering salvation to those who desire to seek it, man. Right. You know, who desire to seek it. But what do our people do, man? They smack their hand down. You got that in grab me Zechariah. I think it's the 12th chapter where they pull the shoulder. Oh. And also get seek ye the Lord while He may be found. All right, because our people are finished, man. You know, what's her name again? Amber Geiger. This whole Geiger. You know, Amber Geiger. This whole situation with her and her just walking into a Jake's house. When I say Jake's, I'm talking about you Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. They'll just walk into his house, gun him down, and get 10 years, man.
If that.
Which we were talking about before the camera cut on. That's even if she's even going to jail, man. You niggas don't know if she's even going to jail. She's probably in her living room right now, chilling. All right, for all we know. Okay, I've seen Jake go to jail for 25 years for a couple bags of marijuana, for marijuana possession. You know, now we're not condoning smoking marijuana, but it's not on the same level as killing another human being, man. You know, going to show that you Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans are at the bottom. So go ahead, bring that up.
Yeah. Isaiah chapter 55, verse 6 says, "Seek ye the Lord while He may be found. Call ye upon Him while He is near."
So it says. So the Bible says, "Seek ye the Lord while He may be found. Call ye upon Him while He is near." All right, indicating that the Lord. All right, right now the doors of repentance are opening. All right, the word repent means to turn back. All right, turn back to your ways of Yahawah, BaHaSham, Yahawashi, which is our law, statutes, and commandments according to the scriptures, man. You know, doing things in righteousness. All right. So it says, "Call ye upon Him while He is near." Now, there's going to be a time where the Lord is not going to be nigh upon you, Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. All right. The doors of repentance are going to be shut, and there's going to be nothing but judgment, death, and destruction upon you, man. Okay? Read it again.
Seek ye the Lord while He may be found. Call ye upon Him while He is near. Mm-hmm. Let the wicked forsake his way, and the unrighteous man his thoughts.
Yeah, let the wicked forsake his way, man. You know, stop being. We say it all the time, man. Stop being a damn nigga, man. That's our message to 2/3 of our people who we know aren't gonna listen anyway. But it's like, yo, let the wicked forsake his way, man. Okay? This place is gonna be destroyed. This is you are of your father the devil, man. You know? Turn back and and repent, all right? And come back into the ways of the Lord, man. You know? Stop eating crab, shrimp, pork, and lobster. Quit committing adultery. Quit having an evil eye towards your brother, man. You know, do things the right way according to righteousness, man. That's our message, man. But we know that you Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans aren't going to listen, man. You know, because you're a degenerate plant like your father, Esau, like your daddy, Esau Edom, man, the devil. You know?
How wicked is that, man?
Right.
There's nothing wrong with what you said. Everything what you said to our people need to repent from is for their own health and benefit, man.
Right.
You know, you stop eating crab, shrimp, lobster, and pork, you can cut off about 3 days of the year of going to the hospital, man.
Exactly.
You know, you'll probably go for other bullshit. But as far as that, you cutting off, you saving money, you saving time, man. Don't be evil towards your brother. It's only saving yourself, man. But how could you hate a message like that? Because the scriptures say the darkness hate the light, man.
Yeah. And that's crazy too, because people look at us funny for saying don't eat crab, shrimp, pork, and lobster. Like somebody will be like, oh, you want some bacon? Be like, oh no, I don't eat pork, and they'll look at you funny. But meanwhile, you'll give Amber Geiger a fucking hug, even though she wouldn't hesitate to gun you down in the streets, man. You know, the elder Yahawah made a great point, man. He was like, and I've seen it too. Our own people won't talk to each other over small little arguments. Like, let's say you have a family inheritance or something like that from your grandmother, and you get a particular amount of money, and your sister won't, and her sister won't get it. She won't talk to them for years on top of years. But meanwhile, an Edomite will get forgiveness for gunning down another brother. You know? Everything is backwards in this place, man. You got it? Go ahead, bro.
Hosea chapter 4, verse 6.
Go ahead, bro.
You'll say long life, right? Yeah. This is Sirach, chapter 1, verse 11. The fear of the Lord is honor and glory and gladness, and a crown of rejoicing. The fear of the Lord maketh merry heart, and giveth joy and gladness and long life. You know, just straight to the point, long life. Because if we follow the ways of the Lord, we will have what? A longer life, man. You know?
Going to show that our people don't fear the Lord, though. You know, that's why when you hear our people talking about the Lord is all love, sweet Jesus died for our sins. You people don't fear the Lord, man. But the Lord is coming back to destroy our people, man. You know, the Lord is coming back with a furious anger, man. Talks about that in Isaiah. The what's that?
14 chapter.
Right, 14
66,
chapter,
15.
66 and 15. You know, somebody grab that, matter of fact. You know? Yeah, go ahead.
This is verse 13. Whoso feareth the Lord, it shall go well with him at the last, and he shall find favor in the day of his death. To fear the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. It was created with the faithful in the womb.
To fear the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. And the brother was about to read the scripture, Hosea 4 and 6. Our people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge. And what is the root of that problem? Okay? The lack of fear of the Lord, man. All right? The fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom, man. You know, our people got to fear the Lord, man.
Yeah, this is a few more. This is another verse. It says, "She hath built an everlasting foundation with men, and she shall continue with their seed. The fear of the Lord is fullness of wisdom, and filleth men with her fruits." You know, I just had to stress that last point because the Lord said the tabernacle of the Lord is with men.
Yeah.
Because it's starting with the men first. You know?
Right. Yeah, the tabernacle.
And it said in their seed. You know, because in all reality, the men of Israel, who the Lord's choose, you know, the Israelites, in particular the elect, they don't need the black woman. And we were just talking about how the judge, that judge, what's her name, Amber Geiger.
Yeah.
You know, we don't need the black woman.
Right.
You know, the man's seed carries that carries the lineage of who we are as Hebrew Israelites. You know, chosen from Yahawah, Yahawashi. So if we lay down with another nation, we can create what? Israel all over again, man.
Hey, if we leave our salvation in this ministry up to the so-called nigger woman, all right, we'll be here forever, man, because the nigger woman loves this place, man. This is her home, man. You know, this place is set up for Esau, Edom, and the nigger woman, man. Case in point, man. What kind of I've never seen in my entire life a judge come down off of her podium, down from the stand, and give the defendant, all right, a killer, okay, a proven murderer and a liar and a devil, a hug and embraced her, man. Okay, going to show.
Went in the house, thought it was in her house, and she killed that. Ain't no mistakes. I guarantee you that the kid that died, that's in the heavens right now with the Lord, he's mad as hell, man. He wouldn't be down there talking about something, I forgive you that you killed me. You got his family talking about we forgive you. If he could come back and really have a chance to speak, he would not talk about forgiveness, man. He'd be talking about vengeance, man. Because as the scriptures tell us, when Israel do pass, and the spirits go up to the Father, they cry out to the Lord, man. They ask the Lord when, man. When you going to deliver the, when you going to bring the kingdom, man. So he's sighing and crying. Right now, hey, that brother in the right spirit.
You got that, Hosea?
Yeah, Hosea chapter 4, verse 6. My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. Because thou hast rejected knowledge, I will also reject thee, that thou shalt be no priest to me.
Yeah, so our people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge. And case in point, the brother of that individual that got gunned down, hugging, actually asking the judge to hug his killer, his brother's murderer, all right, just goes to show how destroyed and actually finished our people actually are, how effeminate, all right, our people are, man, you know, and that's a prime example and the fruits of Christianity, man. Okay, plantation Christianity, slavery doctrine, okay, where Edom, the so-called white man, placed upon our people to indoctrinate us to love our oppressors. No matter how much they gun us down, they kill us, oh, we gotta forgive them. But the so-called white man doesn't forgive you. Okay? There's laws in the scriptures talking about debt and how over 7 years you're supposed to forgive somebody's debt. The Esau Edom doesn't bring that up. It could be 18 years and you still owe that nigga money, man.
With interest.
With interest. Yeah. Okay, usury. You know?
Yeah, then if you don't pay a certain debt, they'll come and take your fucking house, man.
Right.
Or they'll take your car and say, hey, now we even. And leave your ass on the street, man.
Yep.
Or your life. They'll lock you up.
Mm-hmm.
So that's your life right there.
Yeah.
Until you pay, like with the ungodly child support and shit.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Right.
Like, shit, here, pay with your fucking body now. Like, your hours.
And they still charging you while you in jail.
Yeah, exactly. While you're in jail, you can't get a job, but that shit is still racking up.
Yeah.
So,
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Wickedness.
You said pay with your body. That reminds me of Exodus. Exodus, where they say where it talks about not the all. Exodus, speak real quick.
Yeah, I just bring out a scripture, hey, your brother's the hard one. Because he said, Jacob loved the oppressors. And that's actually written in the scriptures, man. This is Isaiah chapter 30. I start at verse 8. It says, now go, write it before them in a table, and note it in a book, that it may be for a time to come, forever and ever, that this is a rebellious people, lying children that will not hear the law of Yahawah, which say to the seers, see not, and to the prophets, prophesy not unto us right things, speak unto us smooth things, prophesy deceits, get you out of the way, turn aside out of the path, cause the Holy One of Israel to cease from before us.
And if I can add, because hey, that makes me think of back in slavery as well. You know, they wanted to hear smooth things. If you talk anything else, you know, to start kindling the fire, they'll say get from around here with that trouble, man. Right. You know, because what, they didn't want to get in trouble with Esau, man. So they better get from around here with that, man. Yeah. You see that? They wanted to hear just smooth things, man. Love. How can we please master better, you know? And that's why our people got that same mentality today. Yeah. All right. That's why they don't want to hear. You know, that's why, matter of fact, going back to Amber Geiger, you have to do Shannon Sharp, man. He's a commentator, you know, in the sports world, and he was actually against her, man. I can't believe our people always have to, you know, forgive. Yeah.
Hey, I thought Shannon Sharp was the uncle.
I thought he was overtime too.
Yeah, what's that? He's the Broncos, right?
Yeah,
Tight end. You think he's a tight end?
Yeah, I thought he was a coach, but he was like, why is it always out to forgive? And now you know he's gonna receive a lot of hate for that, man.
Right.
He might even get fired for that
Might
shit.
get fired.
Man.
Yep.
Right. Hey, and that's what makes this truth so important and beautiful, man, because going into our people speaking up, and even like in history, our people, you know, they revolted, but look, you know what I'm saying, that actually made Esau come down harder upon them, man. So that's why our people feel the way they feel.
Yeah.
You know, telling them Yahawah, Yahawashi is going to have their back. You know, we telling them the Most High is going to make a difference, man.
And that's actually biblical too, because it reminds me of the story in Exodus, where when Moses and Aaron were prophesying to the Pharaoh, all right, you had certain of the leaders of the Israelites. It was like, yo, hey man, you making things kind of messed up, man. Can you chill? Can you stop like
Pharaoh's
rocking
coming
the
down
boat?
harder on them. Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's why you 2/3 niggas are gonna be destroyed, man. You know, we're here to rock. We're here to rock the boat, okay? We're shaking
That's
everything
enough.
up, man. You know, Ezekiel, the 37th chapter, where it says the bones, where there was a great shaking, and the bones came together. We're shaking things up, man, with the truth, man. Through the spirit of power. Through the spirit of power, how about Shem Yahawashi?
I got someone quick to shut that.
Real quick, because, hey, as the brothers getting into it, you know, everything Jake Nation, from you so-called Negroes to Latinos, man, it's right here written in the scriptures, man. And Jake just keep ignoring the prophets. When time after time you see in your oppression, your enemy just destroy you, man. So this is verse 12. Wherefore, thus saith the Holy One of Israel, because ye despise this word and trust in oppression and perverseness and stay thereon.
Wow.
Damn.
That explains it.
Our people trust in oppression, man. You know, our people believe in this place, man.
I got a quick definition, if I may. For the definition of Stockholm syndrome, which is pretty much Esau's fucking Esau's terminology.
This is important, man, because our people have Stockholm syndrome.
Straight up. I mean, and it's scriptural. It's exactly what the brother read.
Yep.
Stockholm syndrome is a condition which causes hostages to develop a psychological alliance with their captors during captivity.
You actually have a similar situation with rape victims. People, women that were kidnapped. Okay, you have women that were actually kidnapped that actually fall in love with their captors. You know, because there's like a psychological shock. You know, and over time, somehow they fall in love with them. The same thing happened with our people, man.
If I may say a quick testimony, growing up, man, like I would have this recurring dream, like as a little kid, of fucking like mannequins and shit, like which was some terrifying shit. And I remember during the dream, I was so scared of this fucking dark room full of mannequins that I would try to like hug the shit, like don't hurt me. So it's almost, that's exactly like what reminds me of like these people today. Like they want to hug Esau like that fucking judge because they're so battered and defeated.
Right.
You know, and that's exactly the definition, and that's why you even have brothers in power like in Egypt, how you brought out, that is like, yo, we're comfortable, you know, we're eating good, we're next to master, like, well, what the fuck you doing?
Yeah, don't rock the boat.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know, hey, another thing too is the attitude of Jake, especially the and I'll say the older heads that really believe that they're like what, middle class, they live in a righteous respective type of life, family, house in the suburbs,
9 to 5.
Their attitude is that they want to be accepted to Esau. So even when you get around Esau, what happens? You change up, you talk, oh hi, oh okay, oh right, okay, all right.
Yeah.
Like I hate, you see Jake doing that all the time because one Edomite is here. You know, I see it all the time when I go to the gym. One Edomite come in there, you got a guy, you just wait. You got one dude trying to comfort the Edomite because he's out of his element because it's more Jake. You know, shit crazy, man.
And then I got this definition because pretty much the opposite of Stockholm syndrome, which is called Lima syndrome, man. It says in Lima syndrome, the captors, abductors, or the aggressors tend to develop positive feelings towards their hostages.
Same thing.
See? So just because an Edomite, you know, starts to love Jake or there's a guy behind, I think his name was like Daddy is Young or something, who he was behind Abraham Lincoln, freeing the slaves and shit. Just because he may, you may think that an Edomite is nice and cool. Well, he just has Lyme syndrome, man. All right? So where he fell in love with his captives, man. And you got a lot of Edomite males that like so-called black women, man. All they have is Lyme syndrome, man, which is the opposite of Stockholm syndrome. See that? So, hey, shit ain't sweet here, man. There's actually terms for it, man, because Yahawah intended for all nations to be divided, man. Except for you so-called Negroes, Hispanics, and Natives, you're not divided. We're one nation, man. But besides that, the Lord intended for all nations to be divided. And that's why Yahawashi said when he gets back, he's going to put the sheep on the right hand and the goats on the left, man. Right. And that's also why the Most High split up on the Tower of Babel, during the Tower of Babel, man.
Right. Yep. Yeah, that was your first New World Order. First time we wanted to stage a New World Order against the Lord. Tower of Babel. They're doing it all over. Scriptures say there's nothing new under the sun, man. These heathens always striving against the Heavenly Father. And just like you go back to Lamentations, I believe the 5th chapter, it was so long that they waited for Israel to fall. They hissed and they were glad at our rules, man. They couldn't wait for that day for Israel to fall so they could have power over us, man. Because these heathens knew that if our power, Yahawah, was against us, then they would be over us, man.
Oh yeah, I got something. Exodus chapter 6. Let's start at verse 6. It says, "Wherefore say unto the children of Israel, I am the Lord, and I will bring you out from under the burdens of the Egyptians, and I will rid you out of their bondage, and I will redeem you with a stretched out arm and with great judgment. And I will take you to me for a people, and I will be to you a power. And ye shall know that I am the Lord your power, which bringeth you out from under the burdens of the Egyptians. And I will bring you in unto the land concerning which I did swear to give it to Abraham, to Isaac, and to Jacob, and I will give it to you for inheritance. I am the Lord." Now here's the point. It says, "And Moses spake so unto the children of Israel." I'm going to shut up. And Moses, so everything, that's what, the Lord told Moses to tell the children of Israel. So, and Moses spake so unto the children of Israel, but they hearkened not unto Moses for anguish of spirit and for cruel bondage. You see that? So that's our people going back into that, rocking the boat thing, man. All right? They didn't want to rock the boat any further, man. It is they tried. They originally tried to seek Yahawashi, and then that's when the Pharaoh was like, "Look, I guess y'all got too much time on y'all hands to be wanting to seek our own power, so let me make shit harder for y'all." So they tried at one point, but then when shit got harder, they shut down, man.
Yeah.
All right? That's why it says, "And Moses spake so unto the children of Israel, but they hearkened not unto Moses for anguish of spirit and for cruel bondage."
And our people are going to do the same thing with our message. Here it is, 2/3 of our people are willing to give Edom a pass, but when we come out here and preach the salvation of our people, all of a sudden we're the enemy. All of a sudden we're the bad guy, and people are going to come up against us, It's showing the hypocrisy of our people. Where's the love in our message, man? Talking to so-called Christians and things like that about our message. Shouldn't you be praying for us? Things like that. We got people calling us the devil. You know what I mean? All we're doing is reading out of the scriptures, man. Going to show that our people are the anti-Messiah, man. The Antichrist, so to speak.
Yeah, because here it is, man. Our people is like, pretty much what they did in Exodus and what they're doing today was they lied down, man. They say, man, just like some white man has. Let them be on top. Stop causing trouble for us, man. You're making shit harder for us. And then that's why I'm supposed to say, concerning Gad, so what, the truth shall overcome him, but he shall overcome at the last. So our people feel defeated, man. They feel like they were just born to be saved. That's why some of them accepted the term Gentiles upon themselves.
Really, too, our people are a crouching lion, as it says. Bring that out.
Yeah, this is Genesis chapter 49, verse 8. It says, "Judah, thou art he whom thy brethren shall praise. Thou hand shall be in the neck of thy enemies. Thou father's children shall bow down before thee. Judah is the lion's whelp from the prey. My son, thou art going up. He stoopeth down. He croucheth as a lion, and as an old lion, who shall rouse him up?
Who shall rouse him up? Okay, so right now the Lord has the spirit on Judah to be a crouching lion. For what? Edom's going to keep poking that lion, and all of a sudden, there's going to be a backlash, man. You know, the Lord is going to put the spirit on our people to fight back, man. Like we were just saying a minute ago, Shannon Sharp, right? On everybody was like, oh, I thought Shannon Sharp was this big coon, but now all of a sudden he's speaking out against the whole Amber Geiger situation, man. And he might get fired for it. You know, he might get some hate. People, oh, you're being hateful and things like that, but people are actually bucking up, man, you know, and it's going to come to the point where that crouching lion is going to get roused up, man.
Yeah, you had, Obama was president, you had more cops in uniform, you had more Edomites in uniform killing Jake. Jake was just what, a crouching lion,
right.
A sleepy lion.
Yep.
You know, each and every time, you know, Esau allows, you know, well, let's say Esau keeps, hey, anyway, excuse me, Salakia. But anyway, it's gonna come a point in time, like the brother said, reading the scripture, man, that Jacob is gonna pop up, man, because what happened with that, Esau allowed Jake to really judge themselves, man, and they dropped the ball, man. That really got a lot of people upset. Like you said, Shannon Sharp. There was people I've talked to, had discussions with, they was mad as hell. Right. It seems like you got YouTubers, guys that, you know, YouTube and do, they talk about everything that's going on and shit. They even mad. It seems like even black people are giving up on black people. Yeah. What happened to the so-called blacks fighting for blacks, you know? Everybody's saying they're finished, man.
Black Lives Matter.
Right. Our people are finished, man. Also, too, you had the Yahawah brought it out. There was this woman, this Edomite woman, who she goes out on seminaries and makes seminars about how, you know, Edomites need to pay for what they did to you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. And the old Edomite lady. And what she said was is that she's real emotional. So like she'll like break out into tears sometimes when she speaks about it, and all of a sudden you have all these Jakes consoling her like, oh, it's okay, hugging you and things like that, and she's like, yo, why are you hugging me right now, yo? What I'm trying to tell you is that like we need to pay for what we did. We put you niggas through hell, man. You know, and she's even confused as to why our people are so forgiving to Esau Edom, the so-called white man, man. You know, she was perplexed, man.
Another quick precept, because these Christians loving everybody that's imbalanced. You know, if you are a so-called Christian, you're holy, you're about the Heavenly Father and His Son, you should hate evil. Right. Amos 5:15, hate the evil and love the good, and establish judgment in the gate. It may be that the Lord, power of hosts, will be gracious unto the remnant of Joseph. Right? You know, you're supposed to hate evil. You're supposed to hate the things that are going against the Heavenly Father. You know?
Hey, which this proves that is all about the spirit of Yahawah, BaHaSham, Yahawashi. You know, Jake need that spirit of the Lord to get riled up. Quick, I got two precepts. This is Daniel chapter 7 and 18. It says, but the saints of the Most High shall take the kingdom and possess the kingdom forever, even for forever and ever. You know, so it's going to come a point where the Lord is going to wake up that sleepy lion, which is starting with Judah. And then Judah, of course, the rest of the tribes, man. You know, I got another one because it's about the spirit of the Lord. See, Jake, here it is. They like you said, you point out that situation. Woman getting mad, you know, feeling like, why are you black people hugging me when you should be mad as hell with me? Yeah. Brothers brought out the definition of Stockholm syndrome. What was it, Limer? You know, and things like that. Well, it's the spirit. The Lord have to put that anger inside of you, man. You know, and He is. It says, this is Ezekiel chapter 25 and 12. Thus saith the Lord Yahawah, because that Edom have dealt against the house of Judah by taking vengeance, and have greatly offended, and revenged himself upon them. Therefore, thus saith the Lord Yahawah, I will also stretch out my hand upon Edom, and I will cut off Edom, and I will cut off man and beast from it, and I will make it desolate from Teman, and they of Dedan shall fall by the sword. And I will lay my vengeance upon Edom by the hand of my people, Israel. And they shall do in Edom according to my anger and according to my fury.
Yeah, why? Because what? The Lord is going to put his anger and his fury in our people, man. He's going to give brothers spirit powers, you know, the tools that they need to go up against Edom's armies, police force, and things like that, you know. And what? The saints of the Most High are going to take the kingdom, man. Right. There's going to be, it's going to get down and dirty in the streets, man. You know?
Hey, the scriptures also say vengeance belongs unto the Most High.
Right.
The Most High is going to take vengeance first off on his house, because we sinned against him. You know, our people went in on the whole worshiping false gods, from the northern kingdom to the southern kingdom. When the Lord finished cleaning house, he's going to take vengeance upon the enemies. Those that took us captive, man. You know? What's that, Isaiah 14, 1 and 2?
Right.
You know?
Yep.
It says,
Psalms 2nd chapter, Psalms 149, you're going to put your kings in fetters and chains of iron.
Isaiah 60 and 10.
Yeah. Revelation, the 2nd chapter, the 26th verse. You know? You other nations, all right, starting with Esau, Edom, all right, you're going into slavery, man. There's no ruling side by side in the scripture, in the kingdom, man. Ecclesiastes, the 12th chapter says, "Set him not by thee, lest he seeks to overthrow thee," man. You know, going to show that we can't rule, even hypothetically, even if we wanted to rule side by side with you Edomites, the scriptures say don't do it, because what? He's gonna seek to overthrow you in some way, some fashion, man. You know?
So Salah, I'm thinking like a kingdom divided as well, like how we're gonna have a righteous kingdom, like that's what the Christians think in their mind. They're like, the Lord's gonna come back, and then we're gonna be able to like skip into the sunset, holding hands with the homosexuals and shit. Like, no, there's gonna be righteousness, and there's not gonna be like another side of the planet where Esau's ruling that everybody could fuck themselves in the ass.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? It's sick.
And Isaiah the 2nd chapter, where it says the entire world is gonna come to the mountain of Israel for knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. You know, and what we're going to teach them the laws according to the scriptures, and the scriptures tell you that a homosexual should be put to death, that you shouldn't be doing things like that. You know, so here it is. You got somebody like Esau, Edom, which is completely contrary to the law, statutes, and commandments, going against it. We can't have somebody like that ruling side by side in the planet. You know, that's ultimately why he's going to be destroyed, man.
Yeah, the Lord he has his time frame where you have the first ruling with wickedness, and either the world gonna be ruled in wickedness or it's gonna be ruled in righteousness. Right now we're living out the wickedness part, so that the Lord's people can actually learn of the wickedness and live the whole life forever in righteousness. You see?
Yeah.
Quick precept.
Bring this out real quick.
Ecclesiastes chapter 3 verse 1 says, "To everything there is a season and a time to every purpose under the heaven."
Just like the brother just said, you know, right now Esau Edom's time to rule. We're in the time of wickedness. You know? Go ahead.
Real quick precept.
Go ahead, bro.
Job chapter 9 verse 24. "The earth is given into the hand of the wicked."
Who's the wicked? Malachi, the 1st chapter and the 4th verse tells you that Esau Edom is the border of wickedness. Okay? And the people on whom the Most High has indignation forever. Okay? Go ahead.
"He covereth the faces of the judges thereof."
Yeah, that's why every time you look up, you type in Jesus Christ, you type in God, Moses, St. John, everybody, all the disciples, and the disciple, you look it up, you show an image of it, is an image of a so-called white man, because he covered the faces of the judges thereof. That's what you call iconoclasm. All right, icon meaning the image, and klasm meaning to destroy. Okay, during the time of the Renaissance, Esau Edom destroyed the images of our prominent figures, all right, and put images of his own self up there, man. You know, all the people that you read about in scriptures, King James, the one that didn't write the Bible, but commissioned 70 scholars to translate the Bible from the Hebrew and the Greek into English. All right, he was a so-called black man. Okay, but now if you ask somebody in the scriptures, people tell you that King James, Moses, Yahawashi, the Rawchaa, Jesus Christ, they're all so-called white people, man. You know, that's why people giving Amber Geiger a pass, man, because subconsciously, all right, you look at so-called white people as the people of the Lord, man. That white hope, man. Yeah.
Even the Spartans, man. I got news for you. Even
the Vikings.
So-called white people. Yeah, the Vikings.
The Vikings.
I got news for y'all, man. The Spartans wasn't no goddamn so-called white boys, man.
Right.
They were Negroes, Latinos, and Natives. Same with the Vikings, like the brother said.
Right. This is Sirach. Alright, Shalom. This is from Sirach, chapter 12, verse 10. Never trust thy enemy, for like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness.
Right.
Though he humble himself and go crouching.
That's exactly what Amber Boyd was doing. Tears. You ever see an Edomite crying, man? Yo, that's all bullshit, man. She ain't sorry for what she did. You know? All you Edomites, when it comes time for you to get your judgment, you want to come with the tears, man. Just like how it says in Hebrews, the 12th chapter and 16th verse, where it says
Saw it carefully with tears.
he saw it carefully with tears, man. He was rejected, so all of a sudden he wants to come with the waterworks, man. You know what I mean?
When all those fails, you gotta humble yourself.
Exactly.
Every other time you was proud though.
Yep.
It's like,
Yeah. Also, too, it was fact proving that she was a racist. She had racist tweets that she deleted. I forgot who it was about. I forgot who. It was Obama or Farrakhan. It was racist tweets that she deleted. So it was on record that she was a racist already.
Right.
You know? Yep.
But then all of a sudden, when she's in the spotlight, she wants to start crying. That's the example in the scriptures of them trying to humble themselves.
If Jake only understood their history and understood the enemy, Esau Edom do it all the time. They don't do anything new. Right. That Edomite woman, just like there was the other video that was going viral, the designer. I forgot her name was Heather something. She was a designer. Did y'all brothers see that video?
Yeah.
She was jumping up in CVS saying, nigger. It was the same. Because that's the nature of the troll, man. Right. A mean, impolite, spirited person, low birth peasant. Yeah. That's Esau Edom. All right, that's the nature and the attitude that they carry within them, and that's the same thing that was being done and expressed openly during slavery and hard bondage, man. Yep. Hey, right now, that's another reason how you can tell this kingdom is falling, because Edom, which rules this world, which is this is his kingdom, he cannot openly express how he truly feel about you niggas, man.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That means that his kingdom is falling, man. All right. Hey, it's kind of Jake dropped the ball on it because of some Christianity believing in Esau, right? And they should have gave her mad years, whatever how many years she deserved. Right. And they gave her 10. She still got she still do a she sentenced to 10, you know. But it just proves that this place is almost out, man. Definitely. Almost out. This is verse 11. Though he humble himself and go crouching, yet take good heed and beware of him, and thou shalt be unto him as if thou hast wiped a looking glass.
If I can ask you, brother, because proving also that this place is almost out. Like last year, man, you had some guy in like PA, in Pittsburgh, I think, and he was pretty much being racist, man. And that guy, I forgot his name. He's so-called Negro though. He posted him on his page and he said, "Look, this guy's being racist. Let's everybody keep posting him so eventually his job could see it. And guess what? He was in the construction, and his job found out his little racist video and fired his Edomite ass, man. You see that, man?
Yep.
So that goes to show you that they're losing their power, and that, look, we have nothing left to fight for, man. This is it, man. This, you know, he's not gonna give his kingdom up willingly, man. This is it. We don't have nothing to fight for. I'm losing my kingdom. I'm not going down without a fight. That's how these Edomites feel, man.
Yeah.
So now he got to look for a new job, man. But everybody already knows that he's a racist.
Hey, that reminds you too of Revelation 12 and 12. You know, this devil's going to come down on you with great wrath because he knows that he has but a short time. Here it is. Esau Edom can't even be open and honest about how he really feels in his own kingdom. You know, his rulers rule the world and rule the country in secret. They can't even do it openly. You know, when King David and King Solomon, you know, ruled the entire region, everybody knew who the king was. He didn't hide. But you Edomites gotta hide, man. Hey, the scriptures say, "Hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked," man. You know, going to show that you Edomites are just cowards, man. You know, and you're at the end of your rulership.
And they're losing, huh? Because they're all their women is going to so-called Negroes and Latinos and natives, man. You know, they're not even messing with their own kind anymore, man. They're actually crossing over. Yep. And then on top of that, they're also dying out from heroin addiction, man. Mm-hmm. Their kids are dying out because they're addicted to drugs.
Oh, now we gotta bring,
you know, and then then they're on a decline, man. You know, they're still getting a lot of cancer stuff. So it is they're actually dying more than they're populating, man. Yep. So Esau's losing, man.
Yep. They bring it, yeah, real quick.
This is Deuteronomy, chapter 30, verse 7. It says, "And the Lord thy power will put all these curses upon thy enemies, and on them that hate thee, which persecuted thee."
Now, who's that talking about? You read Psalms, the 83rd chapter. You know, it tells you about the confederacy against our people. All right, and you go down the list of all the nations, and you got the Edomites, the Ishmaelites, the Hamites, the Ammonites, the Moabites. All right, all you nations, okay. All these curses that were upon us are going to start slowly transferring onto you, and we're starting to see that now, man. You know, like the brother said, there was a couple videos where where brothers taking videos of Edomites laid out on the middle. We're talking about straight up starfish in the middle of the street, finished, yo. You know, OD'd, all right, drunk, heroin addiction, things like that. You know, poor. You know, these curses are starting to come upon you, you know, as pursuant to the scriptures.
Yeah, this is jumping back to Sirach chapter 12, verse 11. "Though he humble himself and go crouching, yet take good heed and beware of him, and thou shalt be unto him as if thou wipe a looking glass."
If I got what if he brings you a blueberry pie, man?
Right.
You know? It says still, never trust thy enemies, man.
He probably spitting it.
What if he picks up your tab at the bar, man? Because he thinks you cool. Never trust thine enemies, man.
Yeah, our people will go to like a Kennedy's Fried Chicken, and because Ishmael will give them 7 wings instead of 6, he'll be like, "Yo, man, Ishmael is a real cool dude, yo." You know what I mean? And the scriptures tell you never trust your enemies. Just because the Edomite, like the brother said, just because the Edomite holds the door open for you in the grocery store, doesn't mean that he's not gonna get his judgment, man. You know?
And when Esau got here to the Americas, that's exactly what he did. You know, talk that smooth shit, like, you know, peace, all that. And then it's like over 300 million slaughtered. So if these people didn't learn from that, there's no hope for them. That's right. You know, you gotta give them more mercy to it. Yeah. Bring that out. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, this is Psalms. This is Psalms chapter 55, right?
55.
This is Psalms chapter 55 and verse 20. "He hath put forth his hands against such as be at peace with him."
A good example of that is what you so-called Native American Indians, man. Okay. What did you Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans ever do to get the judgment, to get the persecution that Esau Edom, the so-called white man, put upon you, man? You know, you got Edomites calling us racist. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. That's fucking crazy, bro. You got Edomites calling us racist. When if all we've done is try to be at peace with you. Let me ask a question, man. What Israelite, what Negro, Latino, and Native American Indian doesn't admire the Rocky story, man? The Rocky Balboa story, man. Where you got a so-called white-looking individual taking down Apollo Creed, taking down Mr. T, and shit like that, man. You know, what Israelite didn't root for Rocky Balboa, man? You know, but we're racist. You know, he's an Israelite, but like I'm saying,
but in their idea, he would be what represented America.
He would represent a so-called white man.
Just an example too, Superman, with the the character of white Edomite,
Right.
as he got all power, strongest superhero.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because Superman is big across the world.
That's right.
Well, that's what y'all said stuff about that. Like how you said with the superheroes, like who on the Edomite side really rooting for Black Panther or something? You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Or what about our superheroes and stuff like that?
Right.
What was that one that they was going to do, but the Edomites was going to be mad about it or some shit? Some other superhero. I don't know what it was that you had mentioned.
I forgot, but I know with Star Trek, y'all remember the black dude that played the starring role for the first time? This was a couple of years ago. I forgot the name of the Star Trek. I ain't really up on that, but I remember the articles coming out. Edomites were pissed off. He said that if he star in this movie as the major figure.
You mean Star Wars?
Star Wars. My bad. Star Wars. Yeah.
And it was pissed.
Oh, they was mad at what's his name? The Greek.
Lex Luthor.
What's the one with the eye?
Idris Elba.
He played as the Watchman on Thor. They was mad at that. Every time Jake get a starring role and being this type of superhero, Esau gets upset. They try to stop it from coming out.
Right. Is that not racist?
Esau got mad at the thought that Idris Elba might become the new James Bond. Oh yeah. And he turned that role down. Now Idris Elba turned that role down. And I would have loved to see that. I would have loved to see Idris Elba. I would have loved to see Idris Elba as a black James Bond. But the very thought of that, you had Edomites going crazy, yo.
Might have got death threats.
You know?
I think Michael B. Jordan too. He was supposed to play Superman. So they was
Spider-Man?
pissed off about
Right,
that.
they were pissed off about that. You know? But
Spider-Man.
We're bringing all this out because what? You Edomites have the nerve to call us racist, man.
Yeah.
How many roles of characters that we've grown up in our life that we supported that look like so-called Edomites, man. You know, even to this very day, man. You know, I look at certain characters and be like that and be like, he Edomite, but yo, hey, it's a good movie. I like it. You know,
All the superheroes are white good.
Yeah.
Superman, most of X-Men, right?
Right.
Yeah. Batman, Richie the man.
Wolverine. I love Wolverine is a bad motherfucker, man. I like Wolverine.
And now they about to turn Wolverine into a female. Yeah, because now the Marvel with the Vision, that girl, and now bringing trans into it, homosexuality into it. Right.
Yeah, I just knew something about the first transsexual superhero.
Wow.
Well, now they got Batwoman, man.
Oh yeah.
The trailer came on the TV. She goes into his lair, whatever you call it, and now she's like, we need to turn it into a female suit, man. Man, that shit is whack, man. Nobody want to see that shit.
Hey, my bad.
And hey, real quick, Esau got mad because they made Achilles a Jake, man. Which that's real, man. You know, all those guys in ancient history, man. Leonidas, all those, Troy, but his name was Achilles.
Yeah.
But all those great figures that were warriors were all so-called dark-skinned men. And then they got mad when they turned it into that. They couldn't even really give us that because they made them homosexual. And then also now, Little Mermaid, she's about to be a Jake, man. Looks way better. Looks way better and sings way better, man. And Esau's on the comment board like, my whole child is fucking destroyed.
And if you are in the islands, you're naturally gonna be dark.
Yeah, she got a Benjamin accent, man. A so-called Jamaican accent. West Indian accent.
Hey, these Edomites, back and research because they was fooled into thinking that in history at certain time periods that certain people was them. You wasn't these the Spartans. You wasn't certain individuals that made a mark in this and had record, you know, that did certain things in the world. It was Jake, man. That's why when you look at every time they do like a Bible series, they show nothing but Edomites, like they're the only race of people that ever exist.
Exactly.
What about the other nations, man? What about Jake? Like they don't. Every time they make a movie or something to do with ancient history, it's like they're the only cast that's there. Get the hell out of here, man.
Exactly.
You Edomites was the lowest among all the nations, man.
Yeah, going to show that. Oh,
Yeah, just real quick, like how y'all speaking on the whole 007 thing. I was trying to find the dude name because I remember I had the video on it like a couple years ago. But like the first recorded double agent was a Jake. You know what I'm saying? He was actually spying out for America. You know what I'm saying?
That's the spook.
Not him. He was supposed to be spying out for the British, but he was actually spying on the British for America. Like it was, you know, he was the first recorded double agent during the what was it? I think the
British Revolutionary War.
Yeah. And he helped win the war. You know what I'm saying? Because of what he did.
Is it Arnold?
I
Fuck.
can't remember his name. I was trying to look it up, but I can't remember his name. You know what I'm saying? The first recorded double agent in America. So why can't Jake
Then he
be
talking about
double agent? You know what I'm saying?
Just to add one more, man, because in the WWE in wrestling, you only had two. They said 2 black champions of the whole WWE, right? And you just had a black one. The dude Kofi Kingston was a Benjamin and West Indian. And man, don't you know they didn't even let him have the title for that long, man. And just yesterday, he lost his title in 10 seconds, man. So here it is in the WWE world, they don't even want Jake to be a champion, man. Yep. But in the real world, you know, we'll tell your ass up, man. You know, we'll take the belts. But here it is in the wrestling entertainment world, they don't even want to see a black champion, man. The so-called Thurston champion.
Well, look at how everybody went crazy in Mortal Kombat. With Jax. When you had Jax, if you defeat the storyline, Jax uses time, manipulates time to go back in time and abolish slavery. Right. And Edomites went fucking crazy, yo.
So Esau, don't sit up here and try to say that and try to put this boogie race, we're racist. Nigga, you taught it. You niggas are racist. You taught it, you picked it up. You know, but either way, going back into the scriptures, the Lord divided the nations anyway. Right. You know? Because we're all different. We'll never be together. You know, but there was another thing that I wanted to say was someone was telling me about how I guess they saw it on the news, and how transsexuals, they're now fighting to be a part of the women's beauty passage. You know, they're now fighting to be involved with that. Why do you want to be involved with women beauty pageant? You know, that thing they do every, I don't know how many years, or they do it, they be like the Miss America, all that shit. Yeah, Miss Universe and stuff like that. They want to be a part of that when they have their own little drag. You see? But that just shows you that they're now what? They're infesting, you know, everything in it, man. Every world, every thing, you know, every little thing they're infesting, man. That's going back to Sodom and Gomorrah. Because Lot was vexed, man. You know, and also, you know, them going to the doctors, and the doctors basically telling them that they're all women because their bodies no longer produce testosterone. So if their body no longer produce testosterone after, you know, certain surgeries and certain chemicals they take to make their body as a so-called woman, the doctor is clearing them and saying that you're a full woman now. That's crazy. And then they want to play in sports. You know? That's madness, man.
That goes into Romans, the 1st chapter, the 25th verse, man. Who changed the truth into a lie, man? You worship the creature more than the creator, man. You know? Everything is upside down under Esau Edom's rule check. Let's bring out the scripture.
Yeah, this is finish this back in Psalms chapter 55, verse 20. Yep. It says, He hath put forth his hands against such as be at peace with him. He hath broken his covenant. The words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart. His words were softer than oil, yet were they drawn swords.
And that's why you can't sit this devil by you, man. You know? and like, hey, this devil reneged on every contract that was ever written. All right, between him and the so-called Native American Indians, man, which are Gadites, Reubenites, Native Taino Indians. All our people did. That's what we were getting into this whole thing. Our people, all our people did was try to be at peace with you. We tried to get along with you, man. Show you compassion. All right, show you how to survive in the winter, how to wash your funky ass. Okay, and what did you do? As soon as you was able to sustain your own self, all right, you stabbed us in the back, man. War was in your heart, man. All right. So who's truly hateful? Right. And racist and things like that, man. The true, the true. You know what? And I'm glad you brought that up, man, because I looked up that video because I did it in a lesson within the last 2 weeks or so, and the word true means bitter, man.
That's
bitter.
America means
That's
bitter.
What America means. Woo!
Bitter about that birthright.
Yeah, and that's what Esau, Edom. That's why you have a perpetual hatred for us, forever and ever, because really you want your birthright back, man. You sold it. You sold it to us through the spirit and power of BaHaSham, Yahawashi, and now you're bitter about it, and that's why you you treat us and you hate us the way that you do, man.
Precept. James, right to the point. James chapter 5 verse 6. You have condemned and killed the just, and he does not resist you.
Good, bro.
And they going back into Gad, right? Because I was watching one of the movies, which is about the actual history, and it is you had a Red Cloud, which is around there in the Great Plains, and pretty much, they wanted to go through their land so that they could build the train tracks, man. All right, up in the northern region of America. Right, so in order for them to go through their land, they had to get up out of there, man. So, he didn't even want to do that, but ultimately he signed the deal with it. Well, all right, I'll give you my land, and I'll come and live on your plantation, and I'll let you feed us and shit like that. So guess what, man? Even after he did that, then Esau still gave him smallpox, man. He already signed the deal, man. What was that for, man? It was for no fucking reason, man. Just for him to say, here, take that, or something that a war that they might have went through in the past, and they whipped their ass. But now that he finally succeeded over to Esau, he still gave him smallpox, man, when he wasn't even resisting, man. So that's just one of the many examples of how you're the fucking devil, man. And you gotta pay for all that.
Yeah, another thing too, just to learn of Esau, go back and learn of the Roman Empire, man. Look how them Caesars was killing each other, man. Killing each other just to get the power seat. Having sex with their own sisters, man. Incest, family members, man. Right. And it cutthroat. So if Esau would even be living in his own land, he would destroy himself. Let's say if the Most High, hypothetically, but he's not, because it's not written in Scripture. We know the Lord is bound by his word. But just hypothetically speaking, right? Say if the Most High set us up, we rule, we got our side, and then Esau got a land where they got their part. They will destroy themselves, man. They would, if they can't get to us, because they gonna try, and they can't, and we have to leave, let them be, they will kill themselves, man. That's why the scriptures are on point. When the Lord gets into Obadiah, it's going to round after they serve a hard punishment, all right, of being recompensed, being paid back for what they've done unto the children of Israel. The Lord is going to round them up and burn them off the face of the earth, man. That's Obadiah, man. This is not nothing we coming up with. If you watch it, hey, read the scriptures. Listen to the videos, and then, if you see a video that's already remade, pause it, go into it and read it. We're not making this up.
Precepts that you said that real quick. Sirach, chapter 10, verse 3. An unwise king destroyeth his people. But
you say destroyeth his people. He destroyed his own nation. Look at these Edomites. They got crumbs, they got better than what we have. They live in certain areas, they got rules, they got privilege. But guess what? They're not on no level as the elites that run the world, that live in secrecy. They gotta still work a 9 to 5. They still gotta do this and do that. Look at the education in which they are taught. They're not taught the truth about who they truly are. All right, they're taught to be sheep. You know, they're taught to keep playing this role and here for the elites, man, to serve the elites. And that's your own nation. So you was robbed out of your blessing from Esau, man. Yeah. Even Esau robbed his own people, man.
Yeah. That's why you have a lot of protests with a lot of Edomites are coming against the so-called Jews, which are really Amalekites. All right, Edomites posing themselves to be the people of the Lord because they're starting. Because why? Not because for any righteous reason. It's because they're mad that they got cut out of the deal. Man.
Can I say this real quick too? This is why you so-called Edomite scholars, you know now by watching the prophets, starting with our apostles and elders and men on down, you know, by bringing out certain history, bringing out the scriptures and prophesizing, you now know the correction of certain time frames, you know, in secular, you know, history. You now know that the Bible fits, oh snap, this means them. Because they was already taught that was them. Yeah. This is why Esau was so eager to get into the scriptures. This is why he was so eager to, you know, put a team together and go deep sea diving to find artifacts, man. Yeah. This is why he took trips to go to lands to see the monuments, because he thought these monuments was his people.
Right.
But guess what? The Lord used you to bring forth the edification for us. And now we're in the age of what? Information, truth. We're in the time that the Lord is revealing the wicked, man. The explosion of who are Esau Edom, man. We're in the time that the son of perdition is being revealed, man. Yeah. And guess what? You're now being retaught, but what it is, Esau has pride. He would never admit that we're right. So it doesn't matter. We don't care for your admittance. That's not going to do anything for the men of the Lord. Yeah. What we want is the Lord to show forth his promises, man. We want the Lord to fulfill his will. The prophecies that he had given to us to come out here and speak, we want to see it fulfilled. We want it done. We want the prophecies of the Lord to be fulfilled, man. And the way that he said it, we don't want nothing else, man. We don't want nothing else, no other type of way. There's no other avenue, no other try to compromise and agree. No, we want what the Lord said, man. That's what we want, the way he said it and how he said it, man.
And like you said, like Esau won't admit it because what the scriptures say, that he's the deaf adder that stops the ear, man. You know, no matter what you say, no matter you could lay it out on a silver platter to this devil, you could break it down so that a baby could understand. He's not gonna get it. Why? Because none of the wicked shall understand.
Yeah, good point.
Okay? None of the wicked is gonna understand, man.
Right.
You know? So we come out here, we know, hey, we know when we come out here, you know, our message is gonna fall on deaf ears for the most part, man. You know, that's why the reason that we come out here is for the elect, man. All right, the 144,000 and the 1/3 multitude, women, children, you know, of the nation of Israel, all right, are going to be delivered. That's why we're out here, man.
Hey, and that's why the Lord used you to create this technology, man. He gave you this technology.
Yep.
The Lord told us to go out and prophesy to the winds, man. You know, we prophesize to the winds, but guess what? We do have an audience through the camera, man. Right. We have a channel, a frequency. That's what YouTube, man. YouTube is a frequency. That's why they tell you, oh, what channel you on? What's the name of that channel? It's a frequency. You know, you got frequencies dealing with witchcraft. You got frequencies dealing with, you know, the weirdo sexual preference. Now, you know, you got frequencies that deal with all types of things, man. Righteousness or wickedness. When you come across these pages, hey, you're going to get the frequency of the Lord. And only ones that's actually going to receive it and understand it and take it and grab it and run with it is the elect, man.
Right. Quick precept on that. Isaiah 55:11. So shall my word be that goeth forth out of my mouth. Right. It shall not return unto me void.
Hey, the Lord said it, man. The Lord said that this word does not go out void, man. He said prophesy to the winds, man. Sometimes it be like, hey, we out here prophesying, nobody listening. These people will really look at that from the outside looking in, and they be like, ain't nobody listening to y'all. Nobody care about that. Shut up. Nobody want to hear that. But little do they know the Lord's word didn't go out void, because guess what? They heard it. They got marked too.
Yeah.
It was for you, nigga.
Let me just say real quick, Psalms the 23rd chapter says, thou preparest a table in front of the presence of our enemies, man. Right now this is a table. You know, this is a table, and what do you do on a table? It's like unto an altar. And what do you do on the altar? You make a sacrifice.
Right.
You know, we're out here exhibiting a sacrifice, you know, in front of the presence of our enemies, man. People don't understand that, man.
Right.
You know, we're building the third temple. Edomites over there in the land are like, yeah, we're gonna construct the third temple. Let's get us some bricks. We're gonna build it again to fulfill prophecy. No, man, you don't understand the scriptures, man. The third temple is spiritual, man.
That's why it says that the kingdom of heaven starts within you.
That's right.
We're brick by brick.
Yeah,
if I may finish.
Hey, real quick though, because even people say, you know, nobody's listening to us. Well, the Lord sent us out here to warn you people. So you're even supposed to know where the prophets is at, and you're supposed to say within yourself, let me go down and listen to them, because you know the prophets bring the news, man. You know, the Yahawashi, you know, the Most High is speaking through them to deliver a message up, man. So let me get my eyes down there and see what's going on and repent. So we come out here for that as well. Now, if you hearken, that's on you, man. If you don't, you still get warned, because that's what you ultimately supposed to do, man.
Hey, and that's why I'm glad you said that out, because that brings up a point of certain Israelite camps that really seeking after this day for vainglory, man. Because you got to look at the past. There was no cameras. There was no cell phones. They went out there and taught, all right? Hey, because of the Lord, because of the word that was coming through them, the message, and because of the Lord coming through with the word and the message that he gave them to speak, the people made reverence to these prophets, and they feared them because they said, yo, that's the Lord. So in all reality, y'all guys got to find us. Hey, the Lord said he will make man more precious than fine gold and gold. That's the elect. So it's not all about being in the spirit trying to make money. We got these different camps doing live streams and, you know, getting paid, which in all reality, going back, y'all should be helping us push this ministry, man. But what it is today, 2019, guys are into this social media, trying to be the superstar, YouTuber, be the biggest views and channels, and trying to reach this platform so they could go hanging with the YouTubers, man.
Prophet of the year.
Prophet of the year and things like that. That's not what this thing is about, man. Even if we didn't have the cameras, we was going to prophesy. It was done in the past that way. The Lord is, if you spiritual, you will understand the Lord has speeded things up through this technology, man. He speeded it up. This is why we get closer to the end, you know?
They could wind up shutting YouTube down, and then we'd be struggling like, well, which platform we gonna figure out? But until we figure that out, we would still have to come out.
Exactly. That's true.
A little more on that. So shall my word be that goeth forth out of my mouth. It shall not return unto me void, but it shall accomplish that which I please, and it shall prosper in the thing whereto I sent it.
That makes the Most High almighty power, man. That's what makes the Most High so dreadful, you know, because when he say something, he follow through. Yeah, the Most High is not like a mortal man. You know, sometimes, hey, Jake, me in the wicked flesh, you may say something, but then you don't follow through. Then you be like, ah, man, I don't really trust that dude like that. But guess what? You can put all your trust in the Lord. You can put all your faith in the Lord. You know, we used to say this a long time ago. You know, men don't have faith in women. The men of the Lord have faith in Yahawah, BaHaSham, Yahawashi. It's the job of a woman to have faith in that man. It's an order with this thing, you know? So when the Lord says something and it comes through, that's why, hey, this, you know, scriptures were written, what? Yahawashi was here 2,000 years ago. You know, Daniel was here. He spoke about the times we're living in now. Daniel's the 2nd chapter. Daniel's the 7th chapter. You know, right now, we're in the prophecy of Daniel. Going back into the Old Testament, man. Right now, we're in the iron mixed with clay. You know, we're in a refurbished Roman Empire all over here. It's just refurbished. You know how you buy off Amazon a refurbished, that's all it is. The guy fixed it up. You know, it got broke, but then it, you know, put it away for a while. They fix it up and they put it back on the market. That's all this place is, man. A refurbished Roman Empire, man.
Daniel prophesied before Alexander the Greek came on the scene. Daniel prophesied about it, man. He prophesied from the Babylonians all the way to where we're at now in America, man. You know, going to show that's why we believe that the scriptures are true, man. Because what? Because of the prophecies. The spirit of the Most High is the spirit of prophecy, man. You know, we know the Bible is real because what? The Bible Because of prophecy.
Yeah.
The Bible predicted.
Well,
you
foresay things to come.
Hey, before things come to pass, I tell you of them. The scriptures say, you know. Now you can't. The ancient Babylonians, the Medo-Persian Empire, all right, the ancient Greco-Roman Empire. These aren't things that are made up. These are factual histories that the Bible recorded, man, before it even happened, man. You know, you people don't get that. You think that this book is a damn fairy tale, man.
And that's why the scriptures say they are wiser than the children of light. Esau was more wiser today than you Israelites, man. You know why? Because they know that in the Bible it talks about actual history that happened. Right. So they know that it's a real book.
Right.
They know it has mysteries in it. You know. Now, do the Lord give them the mysteries? You know, as if they're His people? No. But they come up with whatever they could come up with, and they push it. Yeah. But here it is. You got Israelites that refuse, or they'll go and go worship Allah, which is the Islamic God. They'd rather be Muslim and say it's a way of life, brother. That's what was told to me this week. You know, it's a way of life, brother. You know, it's a way of life. You gotta find yourself. It's a way of life. Well, the Bible is a way of life. It's the true way of life. Because the way of life is the way that the Lord taught us on how to live, starting with His commandments, man, and His statutes, man. Knowing who we are as a people. You know?
You have Esau, who made a diligent search. He actually did the research and found materials on high mountains that couldn't possibly be there, which explains the flood of Noah, man. You know, they found the Noah's Ark in Mount Ararat over there in
Russia.
Like Russia in the mountains over there, Georgia, Russia,
Turkey.
Turkey.
And it was you know, the elites probably saw it first, but who actually went there was the Moabites. And they went up in there. There's YouTube videos on this, man. They actually there, but it's old videos. They probably took it down. They climbed in the mountain, they went through the crevice of the rocks, and they was actually standing in the ship, and they got the wood, and they brought it back, and it said this wood was from back then. Yep. You know, so they know that is the boat, the ark.
They did testing on it too. In certain parts of the test that's gopher wood, like I would say in the scriptures too. And it's a documentary. I keep forgetting because I never watched the whole thing. There's a documentary on you know, like the water and how the earth, you know, and how the lands and stuff split up. And the scientists, they was all for what the Bible was basically saying. And they were just scientists. They wasn't on the Bible, but they was just concurring. For like when you notice on all the mountain tops and stuff like that, they all had that sedimentary rock. Right. So for to have that sedimentary rock and the same sediment that's on one mountaintop is on another mountaintop way across the other side of the world. So for all that to be and to be the same rock that's sitting there, it had to be a cataclysmic event that happened all at once. And water has the power to break everything up at a rapid rate by the pressure. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, and you also look at the map and you see how everything is assembled. If you take it and you pull it all together, it all fits, man. Yeah, like a perfect puzzle, you know? Because when the earth started out, it all started out as Eden, which means paradise, but it was all one big landmass. And after the flood, everything broke apart.
That's what they call it, Pangea, one earth.
Right. Yeah. And they said they found Lot's wife, which I'm reading about. It says next to the Dead Sea, man. You know, and then all the you know, the old chariots, all right, that the Egyptians was on trying to chase us. You know, and the Lord washed their ass.
Oh yeah,
they found all that too, man.
Yep.
John Cousteau and all of that, trying to disprove the Bible. I went down there and found the real pieces of the chariots and all of that.
Yeah. Hey, so the Bible's on point, man. Right. You know, it's just that the Lord's people are so hard-headed, stiff-necked, and rebellious, man. You know, right now we're out here for the love of our people, man. We're telling our people stop following the ways of their enemy, man. You was brought over here on Chicago slave ships, man. You know, we're telling you that the so-called Latinos, Native and Seminole Indians are Israelites too, man. You know, you were conquered as well, man. Yep. You know, a certain Ephraimites, they know. You know, they be like, Taino, yeah, you know that history? You be like, yeah, man. Yeah. You know, they go, oh, you know something. Yeah. You know?
Hey, that's one thing with you so-called Latinos, man. Like, if you don't believe that the scriptures say that Ephraim and Judah were pressed together, And case in point of that is the very fact that you're speaking Spanish, man. Okay? Now, where did the Spanish language come from? They came from Edomites. All right? A little foggy on the history, but I remember there was a city called Latavia, all right, and from there, that's where pretty much Rome came from. You know, Rome, Greece, all right. There's certain accounts, certain books that I was reading on the history of it. They all came from the Latins, man. All right, and then what? From there, you know, you had the ancient Roman Empire, and then you had the Spaniards. Okay, and the Spaniards were one of three groups of individuals. You had the English, you had the French, and you had the Spanish that came over here to the Americas and pretty much manifest destiny, oppressed our people. And now, as slaves, you're over here calling yourself Spanish, man, speaking their bastard language, man. You know?
Yeah, because no, I was gonna say because you know how proud Israel have become. You know, when here it is, they gotta walk up and down the street, and sometimes you may see them with their slavery flag. You know, you see a Jamaican, he got the Jamaican colors on, Jamaica. You know, Ephraim, they got their Puerto Rican flag and things like that. You know, and it's just like, damn, man, why don't you rock? You know, go back to the scriptures, man. Why don't you know that you're an Israelite, man? You know.
And, going back to like how you said about the Spanish and all that, and this document's proven too that that on the island of with Dominican Republic and
Hispaniola.
Yeah, Hispaniola, that they was speaking Hebrew before, you know what I'm saying, they came and was conquered. I'm saying actually documentation on that. I can't remember exactly what it is, but and then when you go into the book Ronald said it's Lost Tribes and Promised Land. You know what I'm saying? And I heard one of the so-called Indians, you know what I'm saying, our brothers, speaking the decree, the Shema Yahawah, you know what I'm saying, from Deuteronomy 64. You know what I'm saying? He heard them speaking it so that what they knew that we was Hebrew. So the whole time what our people were speaking a broken films in Hebrew until we was conquered by our foes, man. The closest one that might be considered a decent color is the Jamaican flag because they already had that prior to when we was in the west coast of Africa. You know what I'm saying? But that still don't go back to our heritage. But we still have our customs in and they carried some of them over.
Well, Benjamin, one Yum, you know, son of the right.
Yeah.
They're the closest to the Most High.
Yeah, it says that he shot the well between his shoulders.
Yeah.
Benjamin shot the well between his shoulders.
Because they had the lion, they you know, Benjamin, the whole song, they always talk about the Israelites, you know what I'm saying?
Judah, Babylon, and then a lot of their products got the name Benjamin on it, man. So you can't get around that, man. You know what I'm saying?
Spirit bear witness.
Even
though Benjamin goes back to that wolf, you know, that image, you know, is a wolf, you know, not the lion.
Yeah, he raven as a wolf.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
This is Daniel 2:20. Daniel answered and said, "Blessed be the name of God forever and ever, for wisdom and might are His." Actually, I'm gonna start off at like 18. That they will desire mercies of God of heaven concerning the secret, that Daniel and his fellows should not perish with the west of the wise men Babylon.
And at that time, man, I was reading about Daniel, and he had to present the prophecy of the dream for Nebuchadnezzar. You know, the Lord was dealing with Daniel, man. Right. You know, to reveal that to him so he don't lose his life, man. Yeah. You know, and his brethren, man, who was understood as was, man. Hey, that's power on the Most High, man. Hey, that's what we're dealing with real soon when it comes to spiritual powers, man. Now, I don't want to go off track.
Right, yeah, that's a good point. It says, "Then was the secret revealed unto Daniel in a night vision. Then Daniel blessed the God of heaven. Daniel answered and said, Blessed be the name of God forever and ever, for wisdom and might are His. And He changeth the times and the seasons. He removeth kings and setteth up kings."
So who has the power to control nations upon the earth? The Heavenly Father. Brother just read the scripture. Can you read that again, brother?
Come on. It says, Daniel answered and said, Blessed be the name of God forever and forever, for wisdom and might are His, and He changeth the times and the seasons. He removeth kings and setteth up kings.
There you go, man. Hey, it seems like Donald Trump gonna get removed. He's a king of Babylon right now, you know? But it's the Most High that set up kings, and he destroyed kings, man. You know? And guess what? The real king is Yahawashi coming back, you know, and also our official King David, you know, which beloved of the Most High, you know, hey, we're gonna rule.
Right.
The Most High is doing these things. He changed the times, man. You can't tell me that the Most High don't exist if the sun come up every morning. You can't tell me the Most High don't exist if the moon giving light at night. You know, animals in their course, you know, trees growing in their course. Everything the way that this is made up, we're all joint with the earth. We're made of the earth, man. You know, everything plays its role. The only thing, well, the only people who is not in order is the Israelites, man.
That's right.
And that's done for a reason because of our wickedness, man.
And you made a quick point about Donald Trump. This is Proverbs 21:1. The king's heart is in the hands of the Lord. As the rivers of water, he turneth it whithersoever he will. You know, going to show that, hey, it's the Lord that set up Donald Trump, man.
Yeah.
You know, he's going to take him down. He's going to raise up whoever he will, man. You know, and force him into whatever agenda. Like, you know, remember in Syria where he shot 59 Tomahawk missiles? The Lord did that, man. Donald Trump didn't do that. The Lord did it, man.
And really it doesn't matter. Because no matter what Edomite face they put up there, he's a puppet any goddamn puppet, man. You know? Whoever's going to be in office is going to do the will of Yahawah, BaHaSham, Yahawashi. But they don't know it. You know? We understand the end. The Lord taught us the beginning. First off, he gave us back our identity of letting us know who he was and who he is, his name. And then we learned the scriptures and learned of our beginning. And also we can understand from the beginning, like he spoke the end from the beginning, we now know of the end. You know, and the end is the world of Esau, man. You know, Jacob haven't yet received that blessing yet, man.
It's a quick precept. Psalms 75:6. For promotion cometh neither from the east, nor from the west, nor from the south, but the Most High is the judge.
Hey, so brother at the job, you know, you be like, can I get a promotion, man? Can I get an extra $1, man? Hey, yo, I'm with them on the strike. Fuck this shit. I ain't coming to work. Hey, you get a promotion. That's the Lord, man. He put the spirit on that Edomite to give you an extra $1, man. That's how deep it is. That's how real it is.
The Most High is the judge. He putteth down one and setteth up another.
Hey, that's a cut on you Hebrew Israelite camps that believe that you're going to be side by side with Esau and be, you know, you're going to be acknowledged as Israelites living in Esau's kingdom. It doesn't work that way. You know, it doesn't work that way.
It can never be like a group rulership. It's always one person. You always have one
Speak up.
ahead of the ship. I'm saying that's why it gets into let me grab it real quick. In the book of Hebrews, right? It's Hebrews 10. Hebrews 10 and somebody know what I said? Captain of our ship. Captain. Talking about
Oh, the captain of our salvation made perfect through suffering.
10 and 2.
Fuck. 10 and
Oh, it's in Hebrews.
captain of our salvation.
Well, you know what I'm saying? So somebody hunt that down for me.
Yeah,
Like
I got it.
10 and 2?
Yeah, 2 and 10.
Oh, 2 and 10. I had to see dyslexia.
Come. This is Hebrews chapter 2, verse 10. For it became him for whom are all things, and by whom are all things, in bringing many sons unto glory, to make the captain of their salvation perfect through suffering.
Exactly. So we all go through suffering, right? So no man can say that he's going through more than another man, because the Lord give every man his individual portion. But yet, who's the captain of our sufferings, who we're doing the most, is Yahawashi. Now we're following in his stead, man. But still within that, you got the appointees, you know what I'm saying? Everything is a leadership role, man. It's never going to be a co-rulership, man. That causes confusion. Because then, you know what I'm saying, and especially with man being in the flesh, somebody is going to get pride, or something is going, some disturbance going to happen between the two, and somebody's going to try to take over the next man or something like that. You see that through all things of history. It can't be no caboose. That's not how things work, you know?
And people going back to the what's her name again?
Amber Geiger.
Amber Geiger. People were like, "Oh, the judicial system is broken" and things like that. The judicial system isn't broken. It's going exactly how it was designed to be. You Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, all right, are not a part of this system.
Right.
Okay? The system is rigged and designed for you to be at the bottom.
Right.
All right? That's why if a Negro, Latino, or Native American would have done that same crime, all right, you would have gotten life in prison, man. But because it was an Edomite, you know, which is, we're in the rulership of the Edomite, bitch only got 10 years, man. If that. Like I said, nobody knows if she's actually in jail right now. She could possibly be in her living room right now, chilling.
Yeah, and that's why I made a video. Which you got a damn strike on it. Which it was called. Our people need to act like they know, man. Because also, there was a video out there of a dude in Memphis, man. He's doing it big time, man. You know, I guess he left the hood to take his girl to some fancy Edomite restaurant. And here it is, the Edomites was calling him a nigger, and he got kicked out, man. Him and his girl got kicked out. The Edomite didn't get kicked out. He's still sitting there eating his bloody steak, man. While the so-called Negro had to walk out. He was screaming, yo, this is racist, this is bullshit. Like, dude, are you dumb as fuck, man? Just yesterday, 1964 is when segregation ended, man. All right, before that, we couldn't even sit our black asses in their restaurants, man.
Couldn't even drink from the same water.
Yeah, we couldn't even drink from the same water fountain. And if we wanted to get something from that restaurant, which you got to be dumb to even do that, because you know they're going to spit in it, you'd have to go around back, man.
Right.
So now here it is, fast forward a couple years, a generation out, 2 generations after, and this black guy's talking about something, this is racist, man.
Right.
You know, and this ain't right. Nigga, just yesterday, they ended that law, man. So our people need to, they need to go back into history and act like they fucking know what times we living in, man. They need to watch movies, civil rights movies, man. Like remember the Titans and shit like that.
Right.
Where in the movie with the running back from the Browns, when he first came on the scene, or who else was that? The number 42. All right, the dude, the first African American baseball player.
Jackie Robinson.
Yeah, Jackie Robinson. You need to fucking watch movies like that, man. So you can see what times you know what times was just yesterday, man. Now your black ass thinking shit is sweet, man.
Hey, you know something? Jake Esau got you because he knows that you're nothing but a spitting image of the so-called black woman. That's what you are. With the black woman, if you tell her no, she wants it more. If you say you can have it, she don't want it. So if you stop Jake from, if right now, if you tell Jake that they can't buy these certain clothes, Jake gonna buy it all up. That's what's happening today. It's stupidity, man. You know, Jake is on a level where Esau got you, man. You know, where you just acting like a black woman. That's all it is. You do that to your woman. Tell your woman no. She gonna find a way. You know, no, you can't look at this. She gonna sneak and look at it. You know. But if you be like, yeah, I don't care, she ain't never gonna look at it, man. You know.
This is Hebrews chapter 13, verse 14. It says, "For here have we no continuing city, but we seek one to come."
Right.
You know, this is not our rest, man. This is not our. We can't live side by side with Esau either, man. You know, you're not gonna seek justice, man. This devil is always gonna look down upon you. All right, you're always gonna be the boogeyman. You know, he's always gonna find some way to put you in the forefront of wickedness, man. You know.
I gotta
real quick thing too, just like how the brother was saying, like Jake is always constantly in the spirit of rebellion. Remember, since the curse was put into us, that increased tenfold, along with everything else. You know what I'm saying? And I was watching the Rambo movie and shit, the George one, and the Rambo movie and shit. All right, good. Y'all seen it all right. All right,
the one came out? Yeah, okay.
Oh, I see.
Did enough movies for y'all.
Yeah, but in the new Rambo movie, you know, Sylvester Stallone, he all old, you know what I'm saying, on his ranch and all that shit, bad land and shit, and he's just trying to tell, you know what I mean, the young girl they taking care of and shit, you know what I'm saying, she found out about her father in Mexico, and they living in Texas. So he told her, like, don't go worry about him right now, you know what I'm saying, we'll deal with it later on, like, he's a piece of shit, he never cared about you, so on and so forth. But, you know, teenager, being rebellious, you know what I'm saying, woman, you know what I'm saying, having the spirit that she had, took her ass down there to Mexico any goddamn way. Her best friend that found out about her father set her up to put her in a sex ring, you know what I'm saying?
That's exactly what even the mother explained to her and gave her the real.
Yeah.
So she wouldn't go.
Exactly.
You know? So you'll stop being curious.
Yeah, and best friend, you know what I'm saying, old best friend, had her down there in Mexico, took her to some party, you know what I mean, and she got drugged and got put in the sex ring and all that type of shit, and she went to see her father, and her father, she's like, why you never come and see me? Her father he walked up to her dead in her face, so I wanted you to know that you and your mother never meant nothing to me. And just straight said it straight like that, say, don't come back here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Shit. So she all heartbroken and shit, and ended up in a sex ring and all that shit, getting drugged up, shut up with needles and getting dick down crazy and all type of shit. Wound up dying, man.
Hey, the moral of that point, brother, bringing out is because her rebelliousness led to her death.
Exactly.
The rebelliousness led to Jacob's destruction, man. Not forever, but still, look at Jake today, man. Look what he just did in the courtroom. Hugging your oppressor, man. Hugging the murderer. Fuck the oppressor. Hugging the murderer, man.
Wow.
I got a precept going into that how people think that shit has changed and now everything's all equal and shit. Right. Ecclesiastes 1:9. The thing that hath been, it is that which shall be, and that which is done is that which shall be done. And there is no new thing under the sun. So Esau won't change. You know, the same way that he's been killing you for millions of years, well, not millions, thousands of years, you know, it's going to continue until the Lord comes back. You can't change, you know, I mean, you can't, how it says that you can't, roughly paraphrasing, how you can't bring a good thing out of a corrupt, good fruit out of a corrupt tree, and vice versa.
Who could bring a clean thing out of a
Yeah.
Can a leopard change his spot?
So they're expecting Satan to not be Satan no more. Yeah. They're like, he turned the leaf.
Hey, and the scriptures say, you know, for those who are in trouble, come rest with us. Because the rest that's coming is salvation of Yahawah and Rawchaa. If you're wondering why Esau's like this, and you know, why my people been like this, hey, what you supposed to do is start praying into your power, man. You know, start believing in the Lord, because the more that the elect wake up and get sealed, guess what? We ain't got too long in this place, you know. But hey, if you don't, that's just on you, because there is an elect that was chosen from the very beginning, you know. So regardless, the Lord ain't banking on 2/3, like, oh, just see, all right, that's 1 number, 2, 3. Nah, these men, the people that's waking up are the people that was already chosen, man. We just need you to hurry up and wake up.
Hey, 2/3 of our people chose Barabbas over our Lord.
Murderer.
A murderer.
Yeah.
A no murderer.
And like you said, there's no new thing under the sun, man. They're gonna do the same thing. They're gonna persecute the true men of the Lord, you know, and they're gonna ultimately choose Satan, man.
Yeah.
You know?
Hey,
This is Ecclesiasticus, or Sirach, chapter 12, verse 13. It says, who will pity a charmer that is bitten with a serpent, or any such as come nigh wild beasts?
Because things change so much that people will pity a charmer now, man. Because Steve Irwin, right? The damn crocodile hunting, man. Niggas give him tributes and documentaries, and they feel sorry for his dumb ass. Dude, you was never supposed to make an occupation out of that, man.
Exactly.
You know, back in ancient times, you supposed to say, hey, that's your ass, man.
Yeah.
You know, knowing how Jake is, you know, you got to read the spirit. But things are so upside down, man, esteemed as a potter's clay, that, hey, Steve Irwin got a tribute, man. We're not supposed to give him we're supposed to say, dumbass. It's about time his ass died.
That's why he's stupid. You know? And it also makes me think of that movie, Natural Born Killers. All right, where you had the so-called Native American Indians. This dude, they told a story about a woman. I think it was a woman or a man. Somebody ran into a serpent and raised him up, took care of him, and did this and that. And once the serpent was okay, he turned around and he bit him. You know, and the person was like, "Oh, well, damn, why'd you bit me?" And the snake turned around and was like, "Well, bitch, you see I'm a snake." You know, same thing goes with Esau Edom, man. This nigga is the devil that the Bible speaks of. We're telling you that he's the devil. You refuse to hearken unto it. You're like, oh my goodness, we could change Esau, the devil. He could. I know he's the devil, but you know, we should love him, and he could turn a new leaf. When you get bit by him, when that wrath of the devil comes down upon you, who's gonna pity you, man? We've been warning you, man.
Hey, it's too much. Jake, there's too much opinions out here, man. And the opinions from these YouTubers are messing you people up, man. You only attract what you like. And that's according to your feelings, man. People, I be watching the shows. Some of these guys be making some good ass points. Some of the callers that be calling up be making good points. But then some of these YouTubers that be talking about situations and that they be driving these people's minds, man. Yeah, that's what I like, because they'll come up with this concept of, see, it's not about hate. Everybody want to talk about hate them. It's not about hating them. It's because, it's like, come on, man. The truth is the truth, man. Who gonna pity your charmer? And to me, it just seems like in the spirit, it just seems like in the spirit, Jake is doing more stupid shit. Really just doing shit that Esau done. There was a video somebody showed me where this black woman, I don't know if she was nut, whatever's wrong with her, and the guy in the background, this woman, she at the lions den, man. I guess she was in a zoo, and this woman, she, hi, talking to the lion. I'm talking about a lion, a male with the mane. Hi, oh, hi, how you doing? Like it's a damn puppy. And then the bitch crossed over and got inside of the lion's den, man. Inside of the part where the lion was at. And the dude that's filming, he's saying, yo, you can't do that. Yo, get back, and this and that. And then some Edomite came and said, can you please tell her to get back? You know, and she just sitting there going, hi, doing all this and looking crazy and deranged. And the lion like, really?
Is that
you over here? Wait, you back? And the thing about people, you don't watch, and when I was watching it, make a long story short, when I was watching it, I can tell from the lion, the way he was he was shocked. And then two, if you turn around, I'm gonna get you. Because what you're supposed to do when you come across a lion, you never show your back and your neck. Right. You never crouch down and you never turn your back on them. That's their sign of to attack. Right. So what she was supposed to do, I mean, she didn't get eaten eventually. She didn't get killed. You're supposed to back up and stay big so that they don't attack you. But as soon as you go like this, on your ass with the quick, as soon as you turn, they on your ass, man. Because they cover ground quick, man. Right. So I was looking at that lion, and the lion was like, really? You here? Like, because he didn't want to leave, he just stood there because he was going to try to get that food, man.
I heard she was dancing too.
Nah, she didn't get nah.
I heard she was dancing in that shit too.
Yeah, she was doing a lot of stupid shit. She was all going like this. Like, what the fuck is wrong with Jake? When did Jake start getting in the line, start jumping over there, trying to touch real wildebeest, man? You know, animals that can eat you. That's Esau dudes, man.
Sure proves the heads that's on Cain, you know, and Esau, like that right now they're protected.
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah.
Hey, that proves that this is Generation Z, you know, because our people's fucked up.
Yeah.
I got a precept. This is Leviticus 26 and 17, because as Akin was going into, the more the Most High, it's going to actually get even worse and worse. The more rebellious you are, the more the Most High is going to bring judgment upon you. So this Leviticus 26 and 17, and I will set my face against you, and you shall be slain before your enemies. They that hate you shall reign over you, and ye shall flee when none pursueth you. And if you will not yet for all this hearken unto me, then I will punish you 7 times more for your sins.
Hey, you said when they hate you, because Jake, these stupid niggas, all right, these stupid Latinos out there in the world, you 2/3, you really believe Esau don't hate you, man? You really believe that these so-called white people do not hate you? You really believe that? When there's laws being passed against you, when they show you, when they're in uniform, they have their way with you. Every Jake knows that when them cops come around, they handle Jake a certain way than they do Edomites. But they try to, no, you know, we got to do better. We got to stop. We got to just, you know, cooperate. Stop being rebellious. It don't matter if you cooperate. They're going to have their way with you, man. You really think that these Edomites don't hate you, man. And if some of these Edomites feel like, I don't hate black people, that's because, hey, you was taught to love, man. You supposed to hate the Israelites, man. That's just how the way the Lord made it, man. We're in your kingdom. You know? What up? Good?
Yeah. So, it says, and I will break the pride of your power, and I will make you your heaven as iron and your earth as brass. You know? So it's basically meaning the Most High is gonna make it more obvious that He's bringing hell upon you. It says, and your strength shall be spent in vain, for your land shall not yet yield her increase, neither shall the trees of the land yield their fruits. And if ye walk contrary unto me, and will not hearken unto me, I will bring 7 more plagues upon you, according to your sins.
What you think is going on now?
Right.
You know, look at Jake in the condition of drugs, man. Now homosexuality is in the play, man. That's just more detrimental to your soul, man. You know? Like before it was drugs, it was gang banging, killing, murder. Now they done added another set of demons on you, man, to destroy you as a people, man. That's genocide, man. You know? Hey, the Most High is doing all these things, man. But, hey, and it's not even over, man, because we're in the time where the Lord said in 2nd Ezra 9:1, measure the time now. So like, somebody get 2nd Ezra 9:1?
Yeah, I'm right here.
Because we're in a time when we're actually approaching Jacob's trouble, man. Right. The Lord once and for all is putting his foot down to end the sins of Israel, man. Straight up. Lord ain't no longer going to let this cycle keep going on. That's it. The Lord now, when you read, before you had Israel going off, the Lord delivered us. Israel going off, the Lord delivered us. Then there was one great deliverance when the Lord delivered us out of Egypt, which sparked up with you know, all through the whole world, everyone knew. Right. You know, now Israel still went off, delivered us. All right, so now you have this last captivity, which is a great deliverance that's going to even top Egypt, man. But go ahead, Doc.
2nd Ezra chapter 9, verse 1. He answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of the signs past, which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made.
Exactly. So the Lord is now visiting this world in which he made, not Esau. All right? And guess what? You know, I had almost lost train of thought for what I was saying. Because now the Lord is fed up. Now he has numbered you to the sword. He numbered the elect, and he numbered 2/3 of his people. That's it. We're not going to keep living like this forever. Esau's not getting an extension on his kingdom. You know, he's not going to have this utopia where everyone is going to be microchipped, having the mark of the beast. This big brother, hey, y'all know in China it's so bad that if you even litter, they got laws in place that they don't even need police no more to come run down on you, give you a salutation ticket. They have cameras that if the cameras, because they deal with biometrics, the cameras pick up your biometrics and immediately your name and all your information come up, you know? That now they can actually find you if you litter, and the camera see you litter and you weren't supposed to, and they say, what is it? They put the sign up and say it's what, $10,000 fine, you know how they do over here? They would give you that salutation, that ticket in mail, man. All off of them watching over the camera, man.
They showed that shit in Demolition Man, when he cursed, the ticket would just come out the wall. That actually reminds me of using my Google Maps not too long ago, and it said the speed limit on it. It said speed limit on this road that you're on is 55, and then a red number would come out what I was doing, like I was speeding to work, so it should say like 75. And I noticed that there was like an update on my Google Maps. So I'm thinking, once everything's chipped up and all these G5 towers and shit, they're gonna be able to be like, at such and such time you were doing 75 on this of the highway, you got a speeding ticket without getting pulled over.
Yeah. So, hey,
goes back to that ultimate control.
Man, Esau, you're not about to live this out. It's not about to happen. Yahawah's returning, man. Yep. We need the Lord, man. If the Lord don't return, no flesh will be saved, man. Meaning, hey, Israel will actually be destroyed. That makes what? The Most High a liar. Right. Hey, somebody get Baruch 4:1 real quick, because there's one point in there where the Lord said he sent us here, but not, for destruction, but not forever.
Right.
Yeah, verse 6. Yeah. You know, because we were sent over here to serve a punishment, man. You know, Jake out here living a life, thinking it's cool to be to be in that weirdo sexual preference, man.
Yeah.
You know, Jake think it's cool just to, you know, whatever I put my mind to, I could do. Be a rapper, man. It folly is setting great dignity, man. But little do you know, there's calamity and great woe coming upon you, man. You know?
Yeah, it reminds you of that movie Goodfellas, where you had the mob people. They all went to the jail, and they cooking up dinner and like making themselves comfortable in prison. That's our people, man. You know?
Yeah, they made their prison comfortable.
Yeah.
And then here it is, you in prison, and you done made yourself so comfortable because you've been there for so long. Hey, Esau come and be like, open the cell door, leave it open, walk off. What you do? You'll be like, come out, look, oh shit, nah, I'm good. Go back in there and lay up again.
Oh shit.
Jake don't want to leave prison.
What was that movie with Morgan Freeman? Shawshank Redemption. He got let out of prison, but what happened? He'd been in prison for so long. There was a moment where he contemplated. He was like, "Yo, I would have thinking about buying a gun, kill somebody real quick so I could go back home, man."
Hey, I was thinking too. Here it is. Esau come open the prison door and shit. He get up. What you doing? He go to the prison door and close it back. Damn, keep my door closed. That's the mindset of you Israelites, man.
Right.
You so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native and Seminole Indians, man.
Right.
That's the mindset you in. And then you get mad at us for bringing these things out. The scripture's supposed to make you think, man.
Yeah, well, that actually happened with when some of the slaves got freed, man. No, they didn't want to leave the plantation, man. All right, they said they rather have fucking stayed and continue to pick cotton, man. Here it is, they're actually free.
That was in also in the book of Exodus, man, with Moses, right?
Yeah.
In the wilderness, that they wanted to go back.
There was in the wilderness. You actually had a little mini coup, you know, where you had a group of individuals that were murmuring. All right, in the cover of darkness, in the cover of night, was like, yo, all right. At this point in time, let's you down. You hate this place, yo. Let's go back to Egypt, man. You know what I'm saying?
It actually says that in the book of Ezekiel that those that don't want to get down with the Lord, you're gonna have to bring, like the Lord said, bring him and slay them before you. Because there's gonna be rebels that want to stay here, man. There's gonna be rebels that the scripture say there's gonna be rebels. So there's gonna be people that still want to serve Caesar boys there, people that still try to eat their pork. They they monkey, all that bullshit, man.
Yeah.
So you gotta put them to death.
You gotta put them to death, man. There's no other solution, man. Hey, like we said before earlier, man. 2/3 of our people chose Barabbas over our Lord and Savior Yahawashi, man. Okay, that gives you a good state of mind of where our people are at mentally, man.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, this nigga right here on the bus, man.
Yeah.
Can't tell him nothing. He loves America.
You can't tell that nigga nothing. Get a shot of that.
You don't want to leave his place.
Look at that smiling nigga right there, man. You can't tell him nothing.
Take charge of you.
You want to leave America? Hell no.
What happens if you tell that nigga that he's a damn Israelite, man? He don't give a shit about that, man.
Yeah.
You like hug Amber guy too, man.
Right?
See, everyone's gonna look for the truth when they're in dire straits, man. When you really don't have nothing else, material to live for. When you basically going through sorrows, you're gonna be like, well, I'm with that. But right now in your liberty, you're not with this. And it's cool because the Lord is only dealing with the elect anyway. You're not hurting us. This word is gonna continue to go out. Hey, brothers brought out the scriptures earlier. The word of the Lord never goes out void, man.
I got something on what we're talking about. Isaiah 31:1. Woe to them that go down to Egypt for help, and stay on horses, and trust in chariots because they are many, and in horsemen because they are very strong.
Hey, that's why Jake today, they trust in Esau's system because they feel like that's where the multitude would be at. Us, we're few. We're small few. That's why you got certain camps that like to use promotion, they theatrics on their shows and stuff, try to get numbers so that they can look like something, like they're winning, because he got numbers, and they, everybody shits on GreatMillStone. Got bad words against us because here it is, we're coming out speaking the truth. And it's nothing that, we don't sugarcoat anything. It's nothing that, you know, we're not showing you our compassion as if, what it is, GreatMillStone don't show you that compassion, you know, for you to like. We say things that hurt your feelings, and it really is all the Lord. And in our reality, we're not holding back the sword, man, because we're not supposed to come out here to try to say words, you know, to help you feel better. In our reality, we say these scriptures, we speak prophecy in order for you, hey, to get cut. You know, now we don't purposely attack people's character like dudes walking up, because that's wicked. Dude walking up the street, you just picking on somebody. You know what I'm saying? And causing all that conflict. What we do is we teach the truth. So if we coming out of the scriptures and we're teaching what the Lord told us to teach, you offended by that, that's on you. That's not on us. You know? But people hate that because Jake hate to be told about themselves. A dude that's been grown for 40 years, he done went through life, did jail time, or whatever way he did, he feel like he knows shit. He see that you younger, you can't tell him nothing. And especially not talk about no wisdom. Oh, you want to talk about scripture? He gonna be like, yeah, that's a good one, but look, it really means this, then he try to override what you talking about. And you be like, it don't mean that. You know what I'm saying? But if you trying to befriend him or just keep it cool, you gonna have to simmer yourself down and not get caught up in your passion for the Lord. And then next thing you know, you can't even chill. You can't even deal with the dude no more. You don't even want to be around the guy. So you play dumb. When we out and about sometimes being around folk, we just play dumb. I play dumb. Oh, word? Oh, all right, yeah, all right. Going in. All right, man, that's crazy, yo. Wow. Like, you know, I'm not about to sit here and try to teach you the truth. I'm trying to get out of here. Turn it up.
I got a scripture. This is St. Matthew chapter 9, verse 16. It says, no man putteth a piece of new cloth unto an old garment. For that which is put in to fill it up, taketh from the garment, and the rent is made worse. Neither do men put new wine into old bottles, else the bottles break, and the wine runneth out, and the bottles perish. But they put new wine into new bottles, and both are preserved. So basically, an old timer, somebody that's stuck in their ways, 40 years old, been in Babylon their entire life, they're not saying that they can't do it, but they're likely not gonna get it, man. Right. You know, you just forget about it, man. Right. Like the brother said, man, you gotta be wise, man. Just hey, yeah, everybody can make it, yeah, bro.
Yeah. Just to get by, man. You gotta be Clark Kent. Because hey, when you in this truth, what I've experienced is that when you in this truth, no matter where you go, these people don't know you in the truth. They don't know what you know, but it's somehow. By just talking with somebody, they start talking about God. They start talking about the Lord, and you be like, all right, word. You know, it's like all the time. That's how you know the Spirit is always around us, man. The Lord is in all our thoughts, man. Even in our conversation, man.
So Ecclesiastes, you can break it down. Ecclesiastes 1:18. For much wisdom is much grief, and he that increases knowledge increases sorrow.
Hey, you increasing more in the knowledge of the Lord, you better believe that you're going to go through more hell, man, because them spirits going to be on you, man. Right. You know, them demons going to ride you because they going to want to break you. They trying to tempt you. Hey, the more harder you going in this truth, them demons is riding you even harder too. Remember, the angels don't sleep, but the angels don't. Hey, Esau don't even take breaks on wickedness, man. He got wickedness flowing like water, man. Round the clock.
That shit don't stop.
It's just gone. Never ends, man. So how much more us being in the spirit, man? You know?
And then too, just in general, like how brothers was just talking about, like how we gotta play dumb, like fucking majority of the time. That's why it don't even make it pleasurable to talk to any fucking body anymore. Cause like, nigga, I know more than you. Right. I'm in the truth, like, you know what I mean?
And then you don't want to present, you don't want to be that guy to always acting like you know everything.
Exactly.
But it's the thing, the Lord filled us up with his riches, which is his knowledge, that when we talking to, you know, our people, somebody could be older than you, 6 years older than you, and then they talking about this, and they saying this philosophy, you know how to correct them, but you don't want to be seen like you know, you're trying to be a wise ass. Because he's going to look at you like, this dude, they know it.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Yeah, that's exactly what happened. I was telling me and the girl, we was just having like casual conversation. But you know what I mean? I'm just showing a certain point. You like, you act like you know everything. Bitch, I ain't ever say that. You know what I'm saying? You just feel convicted because you know I'm motherfucking right.
Hey, you know something too? Hey, the Lord gave us that power. We got spiritual powers on a lower level. Because even when we do explain ourselves, it's something about how you explain yourself. That this person be like, damn, you know something. You always talking like you know everything. Like, cause they just feel like you just know you right. How you know you right? Cause our people don't talk as if they know they right. They always talking as if like you feel it, right? You feel this, right? We talk like, nah, it's supposed to be that, and it's this and that, and then they go,
more direct.
I gotta look that up.
Yeah.
And they mad on the low until they look it up and be like, yo, you was right, yo, dang. Then they start honoring you in some way. Yo, bro, you mad knowledgeable, bro, for real, yo. Word, that's that righteous shit, yo.
Hey,
Like-
it spoke about Yahawashi, how they marveled at the authority he spoke with.
Right.
Like, that's because Jake don't read. That's why I was gonna say, glad to see that readers, man. You know what I'm saying?
That's it.
But hey, what that Edomite said it back in the earlier 2000s that everybody was enraged of. I believe it was on the radio or something like that. Said, well, blacks don't read. If he was enraged about it, you niggas don't read, man.
Yeah.
That shit is ridiculous. Like doing business and shit like on the internet and shit, and people gotta keep coming back and asking me this, asking me that. Motherfucker, the instructions is
website.
right on the website. Are you dumb or are you stupid?
It's on the back of the box.
It's on the bottom. Like, what's wrong with you people, man? It's like, it's hard talking to Jake, man, 'cause they don't read. They want everything spoon-fed to them, man. This shit crazy.
Yeah, 1 Peter chapter 5 verses 8 it says, be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about, seeking whom he may devour.
Yeah, it's important to be sober, man. Meaning having a clear mind, man. You know, not all strung up with false philosophies, man. You know, it's not saying being sober that you can't drink. You know, we can drink, but you don't even want to drink too much, man. You know, because that's a false balance, man. You know, scriptures do say if you wake up the strong drink, how it go? You wake up the strong drink.
To him that wicked.
Basically destroys yourself, man. If brothers can find that scripture, I think it's in Proverbs, I think. Ecclesiastes. You know, but it's all about balance. Did you read it again, huh?
It says 1 Peter chapter 5 verse 8, be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary the devil.
Hey, vigilant. You gotta watch. You gotta keep your eyes open. That's why the Lord set up us as watchmen, man. You watching the news. You got a little Bible news acts. You got a little shit that going on for our social media. Hey, brothers be watching. Hey, you might got a woman, you know, that be showing you, because you know, women, they social media masters, man. They see everything that goes by, and then they show you, and you be like, God damn, because we don't got time to be on that. And then too, you don't want to have your face in the phone too much, man. You know, every time, because that shit is a demon on you. Social media is a demon when you got the Instagram, you got the Facebook, and then now they got the stroll the wall where you constantly, it never ends. Video after video after video. You will literally be sitting there for hours looking at all these videos. That's taking away your spirit, man.
Yeah, no, and it's even doctors and specialists like you psychologists, and they've gone into how all that scrolling of you're seeing something on sports, a highlight here, a bitch's titties there, like all these fucking different type of how can I say it? Like basically, all these images that you're seeing, and all these, it's actually making people less being able to focus. Like instead of they're losing concentration, they're becoming dumber.
Hey, that's why Jake now, they want things to be quick. It has to be entertaining for them to continue to watch. You know, they'll watch us, but for so long until we say, or until we read a scripture that condemns them, and it's like, nah, I ain't watching that no more. I know what that's about. Oh, Hebrew Israelite? Yeah, I know about that. But if they'll watch a whole 40-minute clip of some booty shaking compilation clip of some chicks twerking all the way to the end, and they could describe and tell you which one had the blue drawers on, she the thickest one, the time stamp, that's go to like 9 minutes in, yo. Like, niggas are crazy, man.
Well, that's how you know too. A lot of our people are full of shit because like you'll watch on the main page. Let's say there's a video where we're going back and forth with an Edomite or something. You know, that video will get a lot of views. But then you get into a video where you know we're getting into the history, getting into some Hebrew, you know, only got like a couple views, man. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why this is Ecclesiastes chapter 10, verse 6.
Folly set in
Yep.
great dignity.
Folly is set in great dignity, and the rich sit in low place.
Yep.
You know, because foolishness and stupidity is set on higher, man. You know, the more of a clown, you know, you can go in Walmart and do stupid, retarded shit. You know, the more views you get, and the more you can, put the money on your damn YouTube account, man, and get paid, man. And the more you can, that's why I was watching a damn Daylight interview, man. He was acting like a Edomite, and it was actually very edifying, man. He was speaking about how they got dudes like Tekashi out here to be that idol head, you know, the figure to these other little young niggas, so that they can run around just like him and get tatted and be niggas, man. You know?
Hey, that hip hop was attacked by Esau. Yeah. It was infiltrated. You got to go back. If you look at the '90s rap, like Public Enemy, fight the power. Fight the power. They was talking about fight against the system. They was talking about fighting against the government. Like black people come together. Like don't take no bullshit. They infiltrated. I was watching somebody. It was a clip where it was the new rappers of the year, some shit, and they all get like questions asked to them or some shit.
Oh, WXL shit.
Yeah, some shit. And I was like, I'm looking at it. I'm like, these are the 2019 new rappers. This is why hip hop done went. It done basically went dumber and dumber because they're paying dumbass kids, you know, to take away the ones that do have any sense and put in some type of understanding in their lyrics. You know, they paying dumbass little kids to be rappers and color in their hair because the other rappers that are lyrically that can actually send you a message and be effective to you to help you, because music is something to your soul, you know, to get your mind in a positive vibe. They used to have that rap. They don't want that. Esau is clamping down on all avenues, man.
Straight out of Compton, they showed that. Dude, Jerry Lawler, I forgot what, the manager. He pretty much, he wanted that group to kind of like mold them. And he ended up actually playing all of them out with the contract.
And you know, so until I was thinking, you said that, I'm thinking about, there's a couple of old movies I've seen, like going back, I think to the 50s or something. Remember how they used to have, you know, they sing in groups?
Temptations.
Motown.
They used to, the Edomites used to try to replace the actual the men with Edomites, but have the voice of Jake. Right. So they've been doing that. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
That was in the movie The Temptations.
Yeah, one of the movies.
Meanwhile, they're lip singing.
Yeah, they tried to roll in the entire crew of Edomites, and they came up with the lyrics.
Yeah.
And like they would like sing it in their kind of, you know, Edomite fashion.
Right.
Meanwhile, they probably lip
No
singing.
sauce on that shit. No sauce at all.
No salt.
Yeah, this is Psalms chapter 64, verse 6. They search out iniquities. They accomplish a diligent search. Both the inward thought of every one of them and the heart is deep.
That's Esau, man. That's straight up Esau. Right. Because he searches out iniquities, meaning he looks for sin and for how to even sin even worse than his sin before. Like Esau looks into sin as, how can I accomplish a greater sin? Right. You know?
Quick precept. Psalms 82:5. They know not, neither will they understand. They walk on in darkness. All the foundations of the earth are out of course. Basically going into how Esau has turned everything so upside down that people don't know which way is up.
Hey, somebody get Isaiah 14:1? 13. Okay. Hey, that's why the Lord sent out his prophets to speak, man. You know, there's one guy, I was told this week, this guy, he's Islam, and he's saying that there's many truths. How can the hell can it be many truths, man? Many truths. There's only one truth. 1 + 1 = 2. All right? So you can show me how 1 + 1 can equal 5. There's only one truth. There's only good and evil, man. Right and wrong. You know? Because, hey, put it like this. If you have, say you got people that live on an island somewhere. Their laws are not the same laws of here in America. All right, here in America, you know, if a man desires a little child, and he's classified as a pedophile, he can get locked up. Over there, they could do that as a tradition. So, what you gonna say if you in Islam and you see many truths, and you come across that? What would you say about that? Would you say, oh well, that's his truth and this is our truth? Nah, man, it's a wrong and a right. There's only one truth, man. You know.
Isaiah chapter 13 verse 1 says, the burden of Babylon, which Isaiah the son of Amos did see, lift ye up a banner upon the high mountain.
And the banner is the Bible, man. The banner is the word. That high mountain represents the government, man. We're lifting up this banner, we're lifting up this Bible against the high mountain, man, which is the government that exists today, man. Because they have their own way. You know, they passing unrighteous laws. Just because the government passed laws don't make it right. Don't make it right with the Most High. Don't make it logic for nature. That's man. You know, the Lord didn't send us down here to go against nature. You know, he put us in a certain course to go by so that we can live, man. And he particularly chose his people to be a better people than the rest. So how can we all be together, man? That's madness. That's like a bomb waiting to explode. You can't put all these different nations together. You can't. This is why even if you put them together, like America, everybody's together, but what? They get separated. Because if the troops go home, they don't live over here on 15th Ave and all that. They going up there to the suburbs. They living amongst Esau. Or they might have a whole block, 2 radius of this is where the Elam at. Yeah. Every house you go to is Elam's the Elam section. Mm-hmm. Esau, he got his section. So how are we all together? How you supposed to love each other and you got rich and poor clashing every day? Come on, man.
I mean, you drive down the road and you'll see all types of different classifications of what's known as gentrification. Mm. You know, let's say you drive up, perfect example, if we drive up to that place where we like to get the HLS, you drive down here, you know, you'll see a little bit of ghettos, you know, urban areas, and then, you know, you'll see like nice areas where like Edomites is at, and then, you know, it'll keep switching, man. You know, that's the separation right there, gentrification.
Hey, especially too where that club you was at, man. You know, only way. We're off of Springfield right here, man.
Right.
So now when you leave a certain section, it's like the sun come out, man.
Yeah.
It's a whole different neighborhood.
That's the college. That's Seton Hall over there. Because it's a college over there. Yeah. Seton Hall.
Yeah. In New York City, where I'm at, there's like it's like Broadway. It's like on one end of Broadway you have a mini Dominican Republic, and then as soon as you cross, it's like freaking the land of Israel, man. Nothing but Amalekites over there, yo.
So it says, lift ye up a banner upon the high mountain, exalt the voice unto them.
Exalt the voice unto them, man. What's the voice? The voice is the word. The voice is the men projecting their voices coming out of the spirit and power of Yahawashi, Yahawashi. You know? Project the voice unto them, man. Go ahead, huh?
It says, shake the hand.
Shake the hand, man. Because we're pointing out the wickedness. Isaiah 58:1. Cry out loud, spare not, lift up thy voice like a trumpet, and show my people their transgressions. When you're showing somebody their transgressions, you're pointing out what's wrong and right. You're pointing the finger at them, man. You know? Go ahead.
That they may go into the gates of the nobles.
So that they may go into the gates of the nobles, the righteous, man. Hey, we're doing this so that you can walk in the ways of righteousness, because you would make it better for us, you know, and for you, man. That's what the kingdom is for. That's why Yahawashi is coming, to make it better for us. St. John, what's that, 10 and 10 real quick?
And also too, going into the gates of the nobles, these 2/3 of our people that reject the truth, they're going up to Esau and complaining about it, man. Yeah. You know, you got the elder Yahawah reported down there in Dallas that they were talking to police officers, and the police officers was like, yeah, a lot of your own people are coming down to the court system every day trying to get you guys off the streets, man. You know, that's an example of them going to the gates of the nobles, the rulers of this world, you know, because what, this word cuts this people, man. You know?
Yeah, and this brother, you know, threw on the chat, what's they in Canada?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, he made like a fucking 500-page essay on us, man. On how we need to be, you know, locked up and stuff like that. Or Jake, man.
Wow. Hey, you got that?
I got this Bible, but it's the same real quick.
Okay, go ahead.
This is Luke chapter 23, verse 1. And the whole multitude of them arose and led him unto Pilate. And they began to accuse him, saying, we found this fellow perverting the nation and forbidden to give tribute to Caesar, saying to he himself is Hamashiach, a king.
Hey, so the brother bringing out the account that, like how this brother said, he put up on the chat. He said, and that you got a guy made it like a 50-page essay on us, man. He said Jake, right?
Yeah, and he said if it was so-called white people doing that, they would have been locked up. He's running hard. He's a real fucking Uncle Ruckus, man.
Yeah, but that shows you that the ones who wanted Yahawashi crucified was you people. It was you Negroes, man. All right?
I can't even see it.
It was you Israelites, man. It was you that put the one that you call Jesus Christ on the cross. Go ahead, Doc.
I got one more, right?
So how much more the Lord, they do it to us? Because we're out here speaking against the ways of America, man. This way of places, the Lord said it's a come out of her because it will lead you to a sort of destruction, man. You can't tell me that this place ain't leading you to destruction, man. Go ahead, huh?
Okay, this is John chapter 19, verse 10. Then said Pilate unto him, speakest thou not unto me? Knowest thou not that I have power to crucify thee, and I have power to release thee? And Yahawashi answered, thou couldst have no power at all against me, except if it were given from thee from above. Therefore, he that delivered me unto thee have the greatest sin. So, hey, man, it's them 2/3, man, right? Right? And from henceforth, Pilate sought to release him, but the Jews cried out, saying, if thou let this man go, thou art not Caesar's friend. Whosoever maketh himself a king speaketh against Caesar.
Man, that's why this brother, you pulled out the scripture, he said, more knowledge you increase, the more sorrows you're gonna go through, because you should get mad as hell, man. When you realize, when you understand what's written, man, and you realize that damn, it was my people that actually put the Lord, that wanted the Lord badly upon to be crucified. That should make you angry, man. It makes you more like, man, fuck these niggas, man. You can't do nothing for these people, man. It's you that crucified the Lord, man. Even though it was prophecy it's gonna happen, but they were so eager and passionate to do it, man. So how much more us that's coming in his stead, man, being stewards unto Yahawashi, his messengers who he left the gospel with, the prophets, man. That shit crazy, man. Make me wanna.
When you read that chapter in the spirit of the chapter of Yahawashi getting crucified, it actually pisses you off, gets you sad. So that's one way of knowing that, like, the Lord, apparatus that he's dealing with us. But I remember reading that, and I still go back to it every now and then. But it pisses you off, like all the things that Yahawashi had to go through, how he got tortured, all off just wicked motherfuckers,
Yeah, they fed him piss and all that shit, man.
Hey, that's the chapter that what's that dude the one for Passion of the Christ, that movie.
Mel Gibson.
Yeah, he kind of based that movie off of that chapter, man.
Right.
This is
And he got struck by lightning.
Oh, the one that played him, right?
Yeah, he got struck by lightning.
And he changed his life, supposedly.
So First Maccabees chapter 11 verse 21, just going to our people's Uncle Tom's, man. It says, then certain ungodly persons who hated their own people went unto the king and told him that Jonathan besieged the tower. Whereof when he heard, he was angry, and immediately removing, he came to Ptolemy and wrote unto Jonathan that he should not lay siege to the tower, but come and speak with him at Ptolemy's in great haste. See, so snitching, man. Like Takashi, man. So here he's a snitch on his own people.
Takashi, hey, I believe, speaking on his matter, my humble opinion on that is that he's gonna be glorified. He's gonna be glorified because he can be used, to destroy more of the so-called blacks in that hip-hop world, man. To destroy that thing of snitching, how it was carried throughout all these years, a G code, something you just don't do. Esau is destroying that because he needs you to work for him. He needs you to be his, man. You know?
See something, say something.
Yeah. Because when he get out, hey, I believe he gonna end up being a rapper again. And like Joke said, he said, yeah, man. He said these people gonna buy your records and all that, man. You know, these generation today, man, is the most weirdest, wickedest generation that gets everything they do that's wrong, they get justified for it. It's unfucking believable, man. These little niggas and these little hoes, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, these kids today in these schools, yo, the weird shit they do that's wrong, they get justified for it. When we was going to school, you would get cursed the fuck out. That family would disown your ass. Nigga, we don't do that shit around here. Get your ass out of here. You can't even speak to these kids like that. And they monsters, man. But that's the way Esau like it, because why, man? He's the son of perdition, man. He needs chaos in order for him to vibe in his stead, to be, you know, that mighty man. Because if there's no violence, he can't live. He can't live without blood, man. Bloodshed. You know?
They gotta let him off super light as well, because he's that example for future dudes who want to snitch.
Yeah.
So if another dude starts snitching OD and see what happened to Tekashi, then he's gonna say, nah, it ain't worth it, man. But this is John chapter 10 and 10. It says, the thief cometh not, but for to steal, and to kill, and to destroy.
That's Esau, man. The thief cometh not, but to steal, kill, and destroy, man. That's Esau to the T. Go ahead,
I am come that they might have life, and that they might have it more abundantly.
That's Yahawashi. Yahawashi is coming. He's coming to interrupt Esau's enterprise, man. To have what? To give us life and have it more abundantly, man. We don't know freedom, man. All we could dream is about is freedom. Imagine, yeah, brother. Yeah, I can't wait for the kingdom. We can imagine these things and it'll give us joy, you know, because it comforts us. That's the spirit. But we ain't really live it yet, man. You imagine, can you really living, waking up, brothers ain't gotta work, your body's fit, you never think about dying, your children, you got wives, you could drink wine every day if you wanted to. You know, it's always gonna be parties because it's gonna be brothers getting married. So it's gonna be a party, you know, Jake like the party. And then when you go back to Tobit, I believe when he married, it said what? I think
It's like 14 days.
it was like 14 days, man. 14 days. Damn. Jacob party today, tomorrow, the weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. They're trying to recuperate. 14 days, man, of celebration. Damn, man. But the Lord is coming to give that to us abundantly, man. Man, we need Yahawashi, man.
I imagine a life without alarm clocks, man. Hey, that fucking alarm clock, bro.
That shit's
it's
wicked.
like a modern day whip, man. That shit is a modern day whip, yo. Every time I wake up, I'm mad.
Shit wicked.
Goddamn fucking alarm clock.
Keep going off
It's
too.
the opposite of the kingdom that it says that we're gonna be, you know, upon our beds joyfully.
Yeah, that's true.
The case right there.
Yo, imagine just waking up on your own, just.
Oh, it feels better. Like you
Come to America.
Waking up to some birds chirping or some shit like that.
Or just,
You can walk out onto grass. That'd be nice.
I don't know about, you know, because when you get older, you know, I'm only 35, but like when you wake up and then you get the chance to, all right, damn, I gotta get up early today. So when you wake up, you open your eyes, but you need a moment.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So you can really be like, yo, I'm up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But during the week, you gotta get up.
Yeah.
You gotta be on that clock. You know? And you know Jake always late. Jake always on time at the end time. Like, you know?
And this is how you can tell this Esau's kingdom is bull crap, man. Because here it is, man. Jake always late, Bishop alert. And then here it is, on the solid bus, Esau trying to cut you off, trying to get to work. And we in his kingdom, man.
Yeah.
And this demon is trying to cut you off. Yeah, with his damn parking spot, rusty ass pickup truck, trying to trying to get to work. You know? So we know, like I said though, that's how we know, like you're just a bunch of peons, man, and you're just part of that robotic system. You Edomites, man, you know, because like I said, you people are trying to come up against this truth, man, but we know that you don't know nothing, man. The people that rule you know what's going on, man. Okay, They know what's going on. But you Edomites, man, you just robots just like us, man. You know, in your kingdom.
Hey, when you just saying that, it made me think of the image of the beast, the system. Yeah, because when they go and start implementing and forcing this chip, you know, upon Jake, there's gonna be a system in play according to live according to. You go to your job, you gotta stop punching in. You gotta swipe. Kids going to school for lunch, they're gonna have to swipe. You know, you going to the hospital, you're gonna have to swipe. They're gonna make how you buy for things. You're gonna have to swipe. So that's the beast system, the image of the beast. You know, right now we subject to the system. That's why Esau has this mind. He's very confident into bringing forth the image of the beast because he already saw us being in the system for what he has in play now. And then he got little tests when he put out new phones. You know, now look at everybody. Before we didn't carry phones. Now everybody has to have a phone. You know. So it's like they already see it, like they believe that, yeah, this is gonna work because we already partially in it, you know?
Right. Yeah. And they real quick, and that's why they're working on that 5G continuously as well, man. Because with all that swiping that's gonna be going on, 4G ain't gonna be able to handle that shit, man. You know? Right. But the 5G is gonna be so much more powerful, man. You know, that's why even these next gen games they call it, man. You know, it's being ran off of hardware from like 2013, man. So that shit is old, man. And that's why they say the PS5 is gonna be like 7 times stronger than the PS4, man. Which is why it's gonna come with a controller, but it's also gonna come with a fucking headset, man. You know? So look at that, man. And that's supposed to drop next year, man. So each next gen console is coming VR equipped, man. Why? Because now as 5G is in, you know, we're gonna be able, or Esau's gonna be able to hold more power, man, with all his new technology, man. So it's a wrap.
Yeah, and they're going to be able to advance more in that AI technology with that G5, man. That's going to bring that. That's going to really have that AI technology that they're working on, and trying to bring it to a fruition.
Right, and it's really like like brother was talking about. You know, they got the PS5. That's really like the cheese on a mousetrap, if you will. Yeah. Because even the Apostle Tahar, in one of his latest videos, he was going into he was basically going into Taz Bach was saying how it's more behind the mark of the beast. What the more behind it is actually the image, man.
It's the system.
You know, it's a strategy before you got to basically, like the brother was going into, it's like a strategy to where, okay, you're on the system, you know what I'm saying, you like it, it's rolling along, now let me implement something better.
Right.
You know?
And that's why they got the 5G and also in all these NFL stadiums now, man. You know, the all NFL stadiums, they got it, and the dude said he can't get into the details just yet, but he says he can guarantee it's gonna change the experience. You know?
You said football, what they call soccer football.
Oh yeah.
They had, you remember they brought out with the
Argentinian
tattoos and the chips in the arms, man?
Yeah.
Since a brother brought out some artificial intelligence, no spoiler alert, with that new Child's Play movie, Chucky movie. I actually had heard, I think it came out in June. So, I didn't ruin it too early.
You watch it by now.
But yo, I definitely recommend brothers in the know to watch that because I heard it was corny. I thought it was gonna be some corny shit too. But they show how through the RFID technology, they're actually gonna even weaponize this AI. Like you're gonna be able to have some AI that can connect to a drone, can connect to so it just shows that there's levels to what this devil's gonna be able to do with that RFID microchip.
Yeah,
You remember that?
yeah.
Look at the news.
Yeah, and right now, me and this brother's phone, it films the camp. He has a phone that has mine. What phone? What you got?
S9.
Yeah, see? Well, there's a actual, when this phone came out, I think maybe probably, because I got the 8, I think maybe when the 7 or they started or the 6, whatever. But what happens is they both got RFID tags in there, RFID chips. They had it to where it was a new feature where if somebody else got the same phone, you could put the phone back to back, and then we can exchange all our information. So how much more chip being in your head and having exchange information to another computer or another device? You know, that RFID chip, that mark of the beast is game changer, man. Yeah. Game changer, man.
Yeah, because no, I'm just saying there's going to be the chip that regular citizens have, but then there's these certain chips that the top paid elites are going to be able to control.
Right. Well, they showed that in that movie Tron. They had the disc.
Oh yeah.
In the back. you know, which stores information, but you had regular discs for regular people, but you had special discs for higher echelon, you know, aristocrats, things like that.
Hey, the movie Hunger Games. You know, Hunger Games. They showed you how they want to make you as sheep. You know, they just make, well, they call it sheeple now, but they want to make it to where you just more of a damn slave, man. Watch that movie Hunger Games. You know, I think it's part 1, part 2.
Yeah, man. And the first ones to get it, you know, they gonna have the most issues, man. Cause everything Esau do, the first, you know, the first shit they come out with is always a malfunction. Like if you get a car or whatever, the first year or whatever that they come out with that model is always 2-3 years down the line. It's always what they call that? Recalls.
Well, they had, what was that one with the woman that was testifying about her receiving the chip?
Yeah. It was a woman. I think she was in Georgia. She went to the committee. She was like in a courtroom, and she was explaining. She volunteered to take the chip, and she said she was crying. She was like, I want it out of me, because she said it's dealing with my emotions. It's affecting me. You know, she said she was actually what's the word? She was a woman in her juices. Like she was basically like, it was making her sexual. She was like running water down there. She didn't want to. Then the time she felt bad, you know, that's that chip, man. Hey, don't be surprised, you know, Esau got you by the balls, because the scriptures say you want to sit in the seat of the Most High. You take that chip, he'll have it to the point where if you even think about being rebellion, all he got to do is do something to your chip. You can fry your chip. If you got a chip inside you, somebody across the street can walk past you and fry your chip. And then they said also would say, and that chip is a chemical called what? Cyanide. So if that chemical within the chip leaks into your bloodstream, you instantly die. Somebody can easily fry your chip with another device. Like, you know what I'm saying? So Esau be like, look, you know, I'm the Most High, and therefore I can take you out whenever I feel like it.
Right.
You know, I ain't gotta wait for someone to send a hit on you or come and shoot you or do a car collision, you know, and things like that, like they do to these celebrities. Right. You know, set it up. They just, do a computer, have a drone come, do something, and you won't even know. It's like having Wi-Fi.
Right.
Man.
Natural death. You know?
Since you mentioned that, and since I spoiled it kind of anyway, fucking all these cars having the chip and the OnStar, they could control your shit. You know, that's one way that they want to make it seem like that you died in an accident.
That was in that movie Upgrade.
Yeah.
You know? When they were driving in the car, the reason that he got all jacked up in the first place was because they had an automatic car, and the AI technology.
Somebody actually took control of the car.
Right. You're talking about a movie. There's a video where Edomite man and Edomite woman, they had one of them cars. They had, I don't know what type of car it is, but they had a car that was driving itself. A smart car. So what they was doing, the guy that he didn't know that was going on, he driving next to it, and the driver, which is the guy, he was sleeping. His woman was sleeping, and they was knocked the hell out, like crunched over and all that. Oh, it was a Tesla? Yeah. And the dude was like, what the hell is this? He filming like he didn't know whether to wake them up or something like that, but like you just said, man. They proved they went to sleep. On a freaking highway, man.
These cars can drive themselves, man.
And then how you comfortable sleep?
I could never do
Comfortable.
That's how
you could tell that they was always toying with this technology, because even when they had cars now that can actually park themselves. You know, you just got the basic cars that just can park themselves now. Yeah. You put it in the bowl and it just park itself.
There was an incident where this woman, she had, I forgot what year this happened, but it was a woman, she had one of the updated cars, and she was driving a van. She got on the highway, and she said that the car, when she was driving at a certain speed, the car wouldn't brake no more. So she literally was driving like at I don't know how many miles an hour, but she was driving and couldn't stop the car. So only way she stopped, the cops was behind her trying to make sure she don't crash, but she was, oh my God, because she's a woman, she was scared. and then what happened was she ran out of gas, but she was going at least like 65, yo. She was going at the top.
And they couldn't move out of 65?
No, she couldn't wait. Yeah, the gas was just down, like she couldn't do shit.
Accelerated.
Yeah, accelerating some of that stuff. But they probably was doing that. Even she had a car with a chip in it.
Even with these older cars, like my truck is a 04, they got cruise control.
Right.
You know, so they going to show you how, like the brother said, they always was toying around with that shit.
Little stuff like that be little test runs. They'd say, oh, the malfunction, the company. Nah, man, Esau trying shit out, man. You got a chip car, you're gonna try this thing out on this car live. Because Esau like to do things live, man. That's why when they do their drills, they don't tell the public. They just end up with choppers coming in the middle of downtown, and you be like, what the hell, yo, what the fuck going on? But they doing the drill because they need to do it live in order to get that full effect and the reaction of people so they can have the perspective of what's happening. That's why you got to go live.
So this is Revelation chapter 13, verse 11. And I beheld another beast coming out of the earth, and he had two horns like a lamb, and he spake as a dragon. And he exercised all power of the first beast before him, and causeth the earth and them which dwell therein to worship the first beast, whose deadly wound was healed. Now, real quick, that's talking about America. All right, the two horns like a lamb is talking about the democracy of the Republican and the Democratic Party. All right, and the beast, the first beast, whose deadly wound was healed, is talking about the ancient Roman Empire, which America is ancient Rome in the reincarnation. Okay.
Yeah. Hey, and Salakia, they said that fulfilled everything of the first beast. Yeah. So and done some pretty much. Roughly paraphrasing.
Right.
And the ancient Roman Empire almost took over the whole world.
Right.
So that's what the goal is right now.
Hey, just like the Roman Empire, Rome fell because you know, their armies was all stretched out, man. Right. And that's what's gonna happen in America, man. Right. You know, since you being nosy, it's gonna backfire on your eyes.
And their allies end up taking them out. Just like today.
And it says,
hey, real quick too, and you said they had two horns as a lamb, but it spake as it was a dragon.
Right.
Basically going to show you how you can't go off for face value. You know what I'm saying?
right.
You know what I'm saying? You gotta really look into what Esau, like the shit, like even our apostles tell us to read and get into things.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. And also dragon, it goes into the draconian law. You know, you look at draconian law, and that's why we're getting into, this is gonna definitely segue into the mark of the beast, because that's an example of a harsh draconian law. Okay? That this devil is gonna implant a device into your hand, all right, that pretty much is gonna govern your entire life. It's gonna change the society as we know.
Right. The way you live.
The way you live.
Yeah, it's either live or die.
Right.
That's the draconian. The real strict law.
I got the definition. Draconian of laws or their application, excessively harsh and severe.
Yeah. Excessively harsh and severe. And that's why my bad. I was just gonna say, and that's why it says in the scriptures, two horns like a lamb. It comes off as it's like this democracy, there's a choice. We're really, you know, good people, but here it is, they're really speaking as a dragon. You know? It's harsh and it's bitter.
Because we read it, you know. Though he go crouching, humble himself. Because he come in humble, but once you take the bait, all right, now it's this. You took the track. All right? Hey, they want you to willingly start accepting this microchip, the mark of the beast. Why? They're giving you what now? Phone features. You can start your car. Medicine. It can help the body. Oh, look, we healing paraplegics. That he can walk down. Miracle. You take it, then all of a sudden there's laws in place. You have to get it. Those that don't got it, like they doing with the immunization shots, vaccine shots, man.
Oh yeah.
They talk about some. If you're not vaccinated, you're polluting the world. What? If you're not vaccinated with chemicals, then you're polluting the world. That's just a trickery and to force you to go and get vaccine, man.
And the Amber Alert too, the way all these kidnappings and women going missing. If everybody's chipped, then nobody could go missing, because now we're going to be able to track that person.
And Esau does the kidnapping. But you know what he'll do? He's still gonna kidnap you, but then they place where they have it to where in the system, you know, and they'll fool their own people, like the police or the detectives, whoever on the job. They'll never draw it back and say, "Damn, the elites did it." Even if they did, they would be shut down and taken out if they was trying to expose it. But Esau still have his way of still kidnapping you. Even though while you chip, he'll just take your chip off radar. You know?
And then they say, well, since this happened, we got to implement this, that, and the third now. You know what I'm saying? To make it more strict.
Hey, you willingly accepting the chip, and then majority, the half of society getting it, they're gonna say, well, the rest of everybody else gotta get it. Then they're gonna tell you it's mandatory for a baby to be chipped after the procedure of giving birth, a woman giving birth. You know? So that's that draconian to where it's like, then I gotta get chipped. There's no way out. You know?
And it's gonna get to the point to where the Supreme Court is gonna rule on it.
Right.
And that's what happened with Joe Biden was with Chief Justice John Roberts.
That's right.
When he was when it was vetting him to be the next Supreme Court seat holder, and he told him that you are one day going to rule on this.
Yes.
Now the thing about that is that Joe Biden being a Democrat and Chief John Roberts is actually a Republican. You see, but it's all the same. They're all working all the same because why is they're gonna bring this draconian law into fruition?
That's the
you know?
plebeian
The plebeians and the patricians. All right, now the plebeians in ancient Rome are likened to the modern day Democrats, and the patricians are likened to the modern day Republicans. But that's why it says, "I seen a great beast with two horns like a lamb." Now it's two horns of the same beast. Okay, meaning what? That they're not really. There's some kind of illusion of some kind of contention between the two of them when they're all on the same team, man. They're two horns of the same beast.
Yeah, that's right. They all have. Essentially saying though, they all have one boss. What's on one boss?
Put it like this. I was looking for the sign. Nah, whatever. But like you say, like the scriptures say, two horns, right? They're on one beast. Meaning because if the horns is on the beast, it's one mind.
Yeah, right.
It's one mind controlling the horns. So their delusion is, oh, I'm against you, I'm against you, no, I'm against you. No, it's still one mind, man.
It's all a fucking show, man. The
And all it boils down to is good cop, bad cop, man. That's what it always essentially boils down to, man. Especially when it comes to alcohol, man. This is why a majority of our people always vote Democratic, you know, because they think that we feel like the Democrats is closer to what it is that they can fulfill our needs, you know. But they're all working the same, you know? So it's like we're running away from the Republicans, you know, because we understand that they're conservative and racist and everything else. So we run ahead, but it's like. These people right here, these liberals are the ones that's really busting your ass with these laws that they're putting in the play.
And guess what? Bush almost fucked that up. Bush almost fucked that red and blue up because ain't nobody wanted to vote until they finessed Obama in there. Because remember, when Bush, everybody know he stole the votes. At that point, everybody, I ain't voting. Man, that shit don't work. Yo, that's good. This and that. Ain't nobody wanting to vote no more. All of a sudden, here comes the finesse. You know, here comes some savior, the black man, you know, the dark man. That was Obama, came out of nowhere because ain't nobody wanted to vote back then, man. After Bush had left office, man. You know, so they need that power structure for deception, man. You know. I remember that. I remember.
Hey, when he got voted in, man, Jake was like, shoulder to shoulder at 125th Street, everybody cheering, you know. I mean, it's like, you know, that was the whole thing to where that was the okie doke, man.
Hey, so you got these celebrities coming out telling you that you have to vote. They're a part of the agenda, man. They the demon, man. Talking about your vote count. What it is, they get on the Breakfast Club and they say, yo, your vote actually count because if black people did this, it does not matter.
Your vote or die. Your vote.
Vote or die. Oh, that's the saying it's draconian.
Draconian. That's draconian right there. Exactly. Your vote does not count. Okay, you have something that's called an electoral college, meaning, all right, for that state. Okay, it doesn't matter how many people vote. The popular vote doesn't matter. Right. You have something that's called the electoral college. If you don't know what that is, look it up. Okay, each state has a particular amount of points, and whoever gets the majority of that, assuming those numbers are even real,
they get the electoral college.
They get the electoral college vote. So New Jersey is probably like four points.
Yeah.
All right, you could have. Everybody in New Jersey can vote for one person, all right? You're still
getting 4 points for that entire state. It's not going to change anything.
Yeah.
You know?
They have the path, and the way they count the electoral college. The path to the presidency is through the electoral college. Yeah, right. So now, but it just goes to show you how many more minorities are actually in this country. Because when you go to an urban city, the urban city will vote heavily Democratic, but then you have all the rural areas, which is a wider, massive area though, but less people though, right? But they still actually get the vote. Wow. They actually get the electoral college though. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times they get the electoral college, but it goes to show you that how dominant we still are. But they use that to level the playing field, man.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Because like we can't go by what Esau says what the population is though, man.
Right.
We outnumber them.
Right.
It's just simple. When you think about it, we outnumber them.
They're the minority.
They're the minority.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? They're the minority though. But the electoral college makes everything more balanced as far as to where even though they're less, they still have a shot to be able to get a Republican in office, man. Right. That's all it is.
And think about it in general. Like popular vote. Think about it. You're voting for who's going to basically more see who's more popular, who the people want. That's all it's for. The people vote.
This goes back to the Athenians, man. You know, it goes back to the when Rome. You know, at one point, hey, you could play. You can see this in the video game on Assassin's Creed.
I gotta watch that.
You know, they go back. They have people stand. You know, they have a certain selective man that, like a philosopher.
Yeah.
You know, and he'd be the people's champ, and he'll go out there, whether wrong or right. He'll manipulate the people so that they'll vote upon this certain person.
Yeah.
That's all I wanted to bring out. Because that goes back to them, man. It goes back to these damn Edomites doing it, man.
Yep. That's wrong.
It all depends on what it goes off of. I believe like the senators that's in each state.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So whichever side wins, that's what side they're gonna go for, whether it's Republican or Democrat.
Yeah.
And the electoral college was initially set up because they knew that the average American wasn't smart enough to make an educated decision on who to vote for. That's why it was set up for.
Right.
So the senators and all of them, they votes really count. Your vote is just the popular vote to see who's more liked. Because they said during the election, the first one with Trump or whatever, that Hillary won the popular vote.
Right. Yeah.
And then I'm sitting there, I heard my mother say, well, if she won the popular vote, then how come she's not president? Because your vote don't fucking count.
Exactly. Like a survey.
Jake didn't know how to put two and two together.
So this is verse 13. And he doeth great wonders, so that he maketh fire come down from heaven on the earth in the sight of men. We've seen that in examples: Hiroshima, Nagasaki, dropping the H-bomb. All right, Trump shooting 59 Tomahawk missiles on Syria, on a Syria air base. That's an example of raining fire in the sight of men.
Hey, that goes. I was gonna say even that goes back even to Daniel's how it says that fourth beast stamped the residue, man. They were like, they were stronger than everybody else. Everybody feared them.
Yeah.
Now I seen an article to where even Russia and now even China, they have hypersonic missiles that can match America's might.
All right.
And that's how you know. See, people, they wouldn't really. If you're not in the spirit of the Lord, you're not gonna understand the scriptures. And this is why also you need a teacher. Because a teacher actually, he's opening up your spirit and things you once knew anyway, man. If you are the elect, but anyway, this, the spirit, how the Lord talked about these missiles. He talked about the fire in the sky. That's what the military has today, man. Majority of these top militaries, these countries that has might, they have firepower that can shoot in the sky, man. So when you're breaking it down, it just makes sense, man. Because this is ancient times. None of this stuff was actually seen back then. Right. So that's why you got to, like the elder said, Elder Apostle Gabar, you got to think in pictures. You got to really place your mind there when you reading the scriptures so you can actually visualize, man.
Well, that's crazy too because you said it. Like Israel, our people want everything to be spoon-fed to them. Like they want everything to be simple and planned out. They want to have ICBM nuclear missiles written in the scripture.
Yeah.
When it's not like that, man.
And that's why the Lord told Habakkuk, he said what? Make it plain upon paper. Right. We're here to make it plain. But we make it plain, they go, That can't be it. They don't know what he's talking about. Missiles now, like Egghead. Talking about some the missiles, ain't no with Fat Bastard. He said ain't no missiles in the scripture, ain't no thermonuclear missiles. These niggas is crazy, man. What happened to you? Lord is destroying these niggas, man. Ain't no missiles, man. Bible don't talk about thermonuclear missiles. What are you talking about?
Fire
You
flying
making the
serpent.
Most High a liar, because if these military have, you gotta understand, whatever these Edomites have today, even technology that we haven't seen, we can imagine the greater technology that they have that they hide by watching their movies, because the movies kind of project it out there. They put it out there, you know?
Even in the games too.
Huh?
Video games too.
Yeah, the video
Oh,
games
yeah, the
too.
video game, yeah.
You gotta understand, everything that's today, the Lord already spoke about it. It's in the scriptures. You know, just like the when people say going off HOI is a block, you know, about the mark of the beast. You gotta ask yourself, the chip. If the chip, which is today, you know, people know about the microchip inside your hand. Where is that at in the Bible?
Yeah.
Where did because the Lord had to speak about everything, and He did. But people, you just don't want to, can't see it. The Lord got your mind, man. You know, with that being said in your mind, you should understand that, yo, the Lord is real. The Lord is doing this. Because everything that He spoke about, Esau having fire jets and shooting, talking about World War I, World War II. That's all in the scriptures. Like, it's all in the scriptures, man. Go ahead, man.
They say there was a war in heaven. The prophecy of the Lord and the chariots fighting with F-16, F-35 jets, man. You know, Esau's armies, man. All right, so this is verse 14. And deceiveth them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles which he had power to do in the sight of the beast.
That's a lot of
I was just going to say, that's talking about the technology. You know, that's what we're getting into, man. Esau's many miracles, his cell phone. Being able, any one of us right now can look up a library's worth of information. You know, we could text somebody on the other side of the planet. You know, some bit of news comes out, that information is readily available. You know, fulfilling the prophecy of Daniel, the 12th chapter, where it says, knowledge shall be increased. You know, so these are those miracles. But what? Ultimately, it's here to deceive us. You know, Esau is here deceiving us, giving us all this technology, making it seem like he's so smart, and everything that he says is right. You know.
And then also deceiving them by because Esau, a lot of Edomites, especially six-pack Joes, think that they'll never be taken out of power, man.
Right.
Like, oh, America is the greatest country. We have this and we have that, and they've been like that since fucking like for how long, man? You know.
Well, hey, Psalms the 49th chapter in the 10th verse says, "Their inward thought is that their houses shall continue forever." You know.
Then it goes on to say, yet their prosperity approved their sayings. You know, going into how the Lord allowed them to, have that technology that nobody had that nobody had. That's their prosperity. That approved their pride.
Right.
Hey, you gotta think about it, man. Hey, Esau's technology, like the government, like how he releases it to the people. Esau's technology, whatever he releases to the people, he has something that's 10 times way better. Well, you gotta think about the Lord. The Lord gave you that technology, right? So the technology that the Lord gave you, what do you think that the Lord got, man?
Hey, look, the Lord allowed Esau to have planes, commercial flights, fighter jets. They got jets that can go. I don't know.
Bag of rocks.
I don't want to say the speed of light, because they can't do it.
Mach 3.
Oh, what was that? China had a jet that go at a certain amount of speed. I forgot. It was a while ago, a couple years ago. They had like this jet that could go at a certain amount of speed. But Esau has planes that can fly. He even got men that can fly in the military, man.
Yeah.
They got devices where, of course, they got machines or they have something to help them to be in the sky. How much more the kingdom, man? Men gonna be. Ain't gonna need no.
But that ain't shit compared to what we gonna have.
Oh, brothers, also, if you can, go watch Gemini. Y'all saw that Will
Oh, it
Smith?
came out already?
Yeah, I seen it.
Damn,
Yeah, go
I know
watch that.
came out.
Spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert.
You look like you about to spoil something.
Go watch that movie, Gemini.
We scored a couple of
I'm not gonna say nothing. I ain't gonna say nothing, but watch that movie, man. Watch that movie because you made me think about it. How they going?
I got a precept. on basically this technology being created by the Most High for Esau's own destruction. Isaiah 54:16. Behold, I have created the smith that bloweth the coals in the fire, and that bringeth forth an instrument for his work.
When it says the smith, it's talking about the blacksmith. You know,
Right.
and the modern day blacksmith really, was really the Germans. That German technology, man. You know, they're the ones that cultivated that nuclear reactive materials.
Yeah, dealing with atoms.
Atoms and splitting the atoms and all that stuff to create nuclear arsenals, man. You know.
Yeah. And that bringeth, behold, Isaiah 54:16. Behold, I have created the smith.
Notice it says I, meaning the Most High. He created the man that could create what he needed to be created in the earth. You know?
That bloweth the coals in the fire.
Blow up the coals in the fires. That's these missiles, man.
Because that's how the smith would create the sword, blowing the coals in the fire. That's how he would bang on the metals to sharpen it up. So modern day sword is the missile. So bloweth the coals in the fire and bringeth forth an instrument for his work.
For whose work?
For his work.
For whose work?
For his work.
For the Most High's work, man.
And I have created the waster to destroy. And if you go into that word smith, the Hebrew word there is Qadash, a craftsman, an artisan, an engraver, skillful warrior to destroy.
The scientists that create the missiles, they still dealing with chemistry and shit that it can explode. So it's still like they blowing the coals in the fire, just like ancient times.
It says
Nothing new under the sun.
this
It's like playing with fire.
Sirach 38 and 28 going into the job of a smith. The smith also sitting by the anvil and considering the ironwork, the vapor of fire wasting his flesh, and he fighteth with the heat of the furnace. The noise of the hammer and the anvil is ever in his ears, and his eyes look still upon the pattern of the thing that he maketh.
Hey, yeah, because with that, you gotta fight with the anvil and all of that, because they gotta mold the material, whether it's fucking plutonium or whatever type of steel or metal that they're using to craft that. You know what I'm saying? And then they still fighting with the fire, because they can fuck around and blow some shit up, mixing the wrong chemicals.
That's
and
true.
Shit, you know what I'm saying?
And that scripture right there, the brother's reading, shows that you have to be focused. Like that was a noble profession. When you were a smith, you were paid, because that's how everybody came to, whether it was war or swords, it came to you.
Right. Hey, you had Saul, you had David. They had great instruments. Like meaning war instruments like the javelin, making things like that, like making those type of weapons, man. That takes work.
Yeah, and when you watch those old karate movies and shit, you always have one of the top fighters, you know what I'm saying, and they'll search out this one old person that was like the best craftsman for making swords out the land. You know what I'm saying?
Kill
Bill.
Bill.
Kill Bill, exactly.
Everybody wanted that Hattori Hanzo sword.
Exactly.
That's right.
It just shows how basically that's how Esau, through that sword, is how he was able to control the earth. But now it's nothing special because they all got it.
Right.
They all,
Right. Joel, the 3rd chapter, let the weak say I'm strong. Right. All these other nations took their plowshares, meaning
They blacksmiths.
took all their money instead of
Putting in
putting it
agriculture.
towards agriculture and things like that. They're building up their armies just like Esau, man. That's why you got Iran saying, "Hey, war with America, no problem, man." And plus they got Russia on their back.
They all practicing World War III tactics, man. They doing drills. They even Russia and China teamed up. You had Russia in the air and China on the ground, bruh. And you talking about birds? You did like a freaking flux of birds. You had these big old. I remember watching the video. You had these big old. Russia had these big old planes, funny looking planes, and then you had China down there. I'm like, damn. You know?
Russia pretty much has parades showing that every year, just to flex. Like basically, you got weapons, we got two.
They got something called Satan 1, Satan 2.
Yeah, the name of the mission.
They going into that BaHaSham, man, because it was during the time when America, was facing off against the Soviet Union. It was both, getting their arsenal up. That's how the Soviet Union collapsed, man, trying to keep up with America with their military, man. But guess what? America spends way more through what? You so-called Negroes, man. So that's how America was able to build up their arsenal even quicker than the Soviet Union, man. And then that's going to tell, put hooks in their jaws, all right, to bring them back into that old mindset from before to build up their arsenal like once before, man. But guess what? The scriptures say they made no account for our labors, man. So what about that, man? We still ain't shit, but we hope build up your fucking arsenal, man. We help build up this country for free, and then we hope get you your missiles, man. All right, through our spending, man.
So back in Revelation chapter 13, verse 14, and deceiveth them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles which he had power to do in the sight of the beast, saying to them that dwell on the earth that they should make an image to the beast which had the womb by the sword and did live. So that's talking about the system. Okay, there's a system behind the mark of the beast.
Right.
Okay, and that's the only thing that's extra besides the mark of the beast, the image.
It's also to help to force the mark of the beast.
Right.
The image of the beast is the system that's going to help force the mark of the beast. That's why we go into Revelation 3 and 10, the hours of temptation. Man. Because guess what? If they have the majority of the people paying homage and into the image of the beast, you're going to be left with no options. You're going to be left to either I take this chip or I'm going to go to a concentration camp or they're going to kill me.
Right.
I'm going to be, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's the force of it. It's the help of force of it. He calls it all.
Yeah. And this is what we was getting in on about, the entire system being enforced upon the people, and this giant game of peer pressure, pretty much. Verse 15, and he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast, getting down with the system, right, should be killed. Yeah. So if you don't want to take the chip, or things like that, be like, oh, you're some kind of terrorist or something. Yeah. What about, what if you're not American? Yeah. Things like that,
The Lord allowed these Edomites to start forcing it. You know how quickly it's going to turn into a police state, how quickly troubles are going to come upon you. That's why we say, hey, there's no time left. Paul said salvation is nearer than we would believe. Right. When this thing comes, it's going to hit hard, man. Going back into the draconian law, because once they start forcing the chip, hey, they're gonna have their puppets on TV, talking about how you stupid if you don't take it, how you a terrorist. They're gonna be setting you up. They're already doing it, even with the. It's setting you up, and then what people do? They look at the new. Oh, yeah, I gotta get it. I don't want no troubles.
Hey, I was at this training, man, and you had actually two Edomite women I was talking about some other Edomite who never gave her kid a vaccine, and they was talking about her in disgust, man. Right. Like as if the equivalent of if we see two homosexuals making out, that's how they was looking at this woman who didn't vaccine her kid, man. Yeah. So guess what? It's gonna be the same thing with that chip. Like, what? You ain't taking a chip? Yeah. Fuck you ain't taking a chip.
Yeah. Hey, my bad. The world is going to realize who the devil is, man. Who the devil that the Bible speaks of. You're going to realize who the hateful man on earth that the Most High said he hate. You're going to realize it, man. You're going to realize it. Because even when Jake give in and worship the image of the beast, it tells us in 2 Ezra 16, you're going to be had in derision. So life ain't gonna be cool. You're still gonna be upset while worshiping it. While you got the chip, man. You're still gonna be upset. You're not gonna be happy, man. Because things are not gonna be the same. That's right. Everything is gonna be policed. Everything is gonna have guns, and you're gonna have to get used to seeing military, man. You're gonna have to get used to the vibration of the serious nature that's going on. Like, damn, man, people getting killed. Like, this is real. Like, damn, I ain't trying to go to jail. I am not trying to get, no, Jake, I am not trying to get caught up. I'm good. Leave me alone with that. I'm all right. I'm going right in line. You know, like, yo, Jake, that's how Jake gonna be. But your mind, your body, and your mind is not rest, man. You know.
Verse 16. And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond.
That means everybody. 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 Go ahead,
to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads.
The mark in the right hand, the forehead, the forehead and the right hand and the forehead is an indicator where the mark of the beast will be. Because if you go into the word mark, it gets into the Greek word karakma. We all know this, and it means to brand, imprint, you know, some incision up under the skin, and it's telling you where the arm or the forehead, meaning in the body. So if you get it in your left leg, if you get it in your back, you still got the mark. And even if you take it out, you had the mark. You have the mark. Yeah.
Received it.
Yeah.
You know?
There's no way out, man. Let your yay be yay, your nay be nay. There's no gray areas. That's Kalab always said. You know, there's no gray areas. You know, people keep trying to find another way besides what the Lord said.
Yeah.
This is what the Lord said.
And like you said, the right hand on the forehead is just an indicator. Like, case in point, like the right hand, you know, what do you do with your right hand when you take an oath or swear? You know, you go to court, he's saying in the thing that tell you to raise your right hand.
Right.
You swear to tell the truth and all this thing. Yep. You know, that's it's really an indicator of your complicity with Esau's system, man. Yep. Like I always bring it out going into the hall. You know, the servant that loves his master and refuses to be let go and wants to stay there forever is gonna, you know, the master shall take him to the judge, put him in the door, and then put an awl in his ear to symbolize his token of obedience. That's the mark, man. Yeah. Right. That's the chip, man.
Going back to how we were saying earlier, nothing new under the sun. It's just a branding system for a slave.
Exactly.
People are modernized.
Yeah, there's a new version of a branding system. Because now our branding system as a slave, it used to be up on the arm, or you know that you belong to a certain master. Then it, you know, now it's turned to paper. So now everything on paper now. The record's all on paper. But Esau's tired of paper. Paper could get lost. You know, everything's going computerized. You know, so it's a chip, man.
Yep. Verse 17, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. Here is wisdom. Let him that hath understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 666.
Yeah. Notice it said, here is wisdom. Because if you don't have this knowledge and wisdom, then it's not going to be the stability for your time. And the time that you're actually about to live. Well, you're living, you know. You got to have that wisdom, man. And more importantly, you got to know who you are. You got to have works. Because you got to show forth your faith toward Yahawashi. You know, you're not going to believe secretly to make it and just, you know, somehow smoothly get out of all the trouble. Nah, man, we're all going to be in great trouble, man, even us. But guess what? The Lord comfort us with the word. He said the knowledge and wisdom shall be what? The stability of the times. So we know, and we know how to what? Call upon the Lord in the day of trouble. Our works, hopefully the Lord see it, not forgetful, as he said, and he show us mercy because of our love that we had, man. That's why this is very important, you know, to know the times in which you're living in, man. You know, so, hey, with that, I want to give all praises to Yahawah,
BaHaSham, Yahawashi, BaHaSham, Qadash.
I'd like to give double honors to the apostles and elders of GreatMillStone. Salutations to all the Lord's faithful elect. Shalom. Shalom.
I was like, you think